Good evening and welcome to Stauffer Field here in Edgerton, Ohio, as we are ready to bring you week one of high school football coverage tonight and the age-old rivalry game to start things, as has been the custom the last several years. Our apologies to Guardians fans. We'll keep you updated on that doubleheader with the Detroit Tigers tonight as the evening moves along. We are ready and raring to go here this evening, though, as we get ready. I'm bringing in this guy next to me, former head coach of the Hilltop Cadets and former quarterback, all-state quarterback for the Montpelier Locomotives, and now our 10th fall together. It's hard to believe that it's gotten to that point, but we are as excited as ever to bring high school football back to Northwest Ohio. Without further ado, my good friend Mike Bumb. Mike, thanks for coming back and being with me for season number 10.
Number 10, can you believe it?
I'm excited.
Wow, what a night. Beautiful night for football. Usually it's very hot and humid. Not so much tonight. About 75 degrees that I see. Nice little breeze. The field looks great here at Edgerton. As you said, two Williams County rivals, and really looking forward to seeing what both these teams have. Now, Angie, they both lost a lot of kids from last year's teams.
Some changes for both teams in critical spots, and we're going to talk about that as it unfolds. Let's start on the Edgerton side of things, and we begin with the quarterback position, the most important position on the field. As far as Edgerton's concerned, they lose their multi-year starter in Corey Everett, 1,496 yards and 18 TD passes last year, plus 806 rushing and 13 more. And then you throw in 4 offensive linemen that are gone of the 5 starters. So you think, is it rebuild? Is it reload? I guess we're going to start to get those first signs tonight. But we know that introducing a new quarterback to the varsity level becomes a tough situation in a lot of instances. Maddox Baker will be the quarterback tonight, a sophomore.
Yeah, only a sophomore, and he doesn't have an offensive line that's a veteran offensive line to lean on. As you said, 4 of the 5 graduated last year. A lot of talent was vacated due to graduation last year for the Bulldogs. So talking to Coach, again, he's going to try to figure out exactly what they can do. He knows that this is a young football team with a lot of kids with an experience. Is he going to run the ball more? Is he going to pass the ball more? Brody Flagel, the head coach for the Edgerton Bulldogs, right now, as he said, after 2 scrimmages, doesn't really know yet. He's going to kind of test that out, see what they're most effective at. Question marks all around. You don't replace a Corey Everett in 1 year. He was fantastic, a multi-skilled player that could throw the ball, run the ball, and willed his team to a lot of victories. But again, Edgerton being young, we've seen this before. They continue to improve, usually, traditionally, going back for really about a decade. It's been one of the, probably the best program, if you think, over the last 20 years in Williams County. So it's a team that's got a lot of pride. Numbers are great on their team. So, again, those young players will get their opportunity.
Other losses and kids coming back, which we'll unfold those as we go on here tonight. Let's flip the script to the Edon side. They do bring back their starting quarterback in Kyler Sapp, who accounted for 2,905 yards through the air, 26 TD passes, completed 62% of his passes in his sophomore year, and then rushed for another 251 in this Bob Olwyn 5-wide offense. But they also lost 4 of their 5 offensive linemen and their top 2 catchers in this offense. Now, there are other kids that have caught passes and have skills that are coming back, but they lose Caden Nestor to graduation. They lose Carter Keese to graduation. What do you look for there in this spread attack with who's back and who's lost for the Edon side?
2 very good wide receivers that they lost. Let me stop real quick. The best player on the field is Sapp at quarterback, and, of course, he's in a position to make the biggest impact, so one would think advantage Edon there. The wide receiving roster, again, you lost Keese and you lost Nestor from last year. You think it may be a little bit depleted. I don't think so. Max Radeball is a fantastic sophomore, and again, there was times I thought maybe he was their second best wide receiver last year. He's going to be their number 1 receiver this year. You look at Kendon Brigle, a big 6'3" target, looks very fluid out there. You look at Colton Willis, another long receiver. The Edon wide receivers. Christian Owens, very good. Yes, again, they pass the look test. They're big, they're long, they run really good routes. What you'd expect from a Bob Owen coach team. By the way, how many years he coached? 45 years?
Year 45, correct.
Yeah, I think he's picked up a thing or 2 over 45 years. So they're going to get the ball to the best player on the field tonight, okay, and that's Kyler Sapp. And he's going to get rid of the ball as quickly as he can to, I think, a very talented wide receiving core. Again, they did lose Nestor and Keese last year. You also got Cohen Holbert, who's going to play in that running back slot, maybe out in the slot position a little bit. He'll run the ball a little bit if Edon runs the ball at all, and also catch the ball on some flare routes and some short yardage plays, and then use his physicality. So I think the skilled players for Edon, maybe a little bit of an advantage. We'll see going forward how it goes the rest of the night tonight.
Just getting started in the 2023 high school football season and the 23-24 high school sports year. This is year 31 for me doing it as play-by-play. This is year 10 for you and I together, and we couldn't be more excited to get this thing going tonight. Edon and Edgerton. And we're going to welcome in a third member of our crew, at least in helping us tonight put it all together, our Adam Gubernath, who is the much more talented and personality-driven morning show guy now, from what I've been told by a bunch of people. He had a chance to catch up with Edon coach Bob Olin and Edgerton head coach Brody Flagel on our Brian Ford Lincoln conversation with the head coaches. Those are coming your way next. Statistics show that for most crops, pivot irrigation increases yields by at least 100% over dryland farming. Even in areas that get enough rainfall, timing is everything. If it doesn't come at just the right time, you could be losing yield. Maximize your production with pivots and linears from Valley Irrigation. Make the most of your acres. Contact Andy Farnham at AG Irrigation today, 419-212-2528. That's 419-212-2528.
When you're in need of a new appliance, go to your local appliance dealer, Direct Link Appliance and Hardware in Bryan, and take it home today. They carry hundreds of new, used, and scratch and dent appliances in stock, and they carry the brands you need: Speed Queen, Whirlpool, Maytag, KitchenAid, Amana, and GE to take home right now with you. Then when you have something wrong in years to come, Direct Link will also service everything. No need to call that 800 number and talk to someone you don't know. Just call Direct Link at 419-636-4541, and they'll be out to fix it for you, whether it's under warranty or not. Direct Link Appliance and Hardware in Bryan, your local appliance dealer.
When it comes to choosing a memorial that represents the lasting memories of a person's life, the Fackler Monument Company in Montpelier, Ohio can create exactly what you are looking for, like an eagle soaring through the woods etched on a memorial, a bench that has mom and dad's names engraved into the granite to sit and reflect, a picture of the family farm etched on the stone, or maybe your style is a memorial that has a split headstone with a vase in between for flowers. The Fackler Monument Company of Montpelier, Ohio, serving families in the tri-state area since 1924.
Whether it's a car accident, storm damage, or a fire, when the unthinkable happens, it doesn't matter if you saved money in 15 minutes. In this moment, it doesn't matter if your neighbor has the same insurance you do. In this moment, what matters is that your independent insurance agent and the company that stands behind them have you covered. Auto Owners Insurance, the no-problem people. Visit Andrews O'Neill & Lowe in Archbold, Bryan, or Wasion, or online at andrewsoneillandlowe.com.
Well, it's week number 1 of the high school football season, and we are getting ready for the old Williams County rivalry tonight with Edgerton and Edon. As we get ready now for our conversation with the coach, we're joined now by Edgerton frontman Brody Flagel. And, well, Brody, hard to believe it's already here. Maybe not for you. Let's talk a little bit about the process to get to this point. Kind of overview of how the summer, the two-a-days, and the scrimmages have gone up to this point.
Yeah, absolutely. Hard to believe we're here at this point. Always a fun time of year. Local high school sports kicking off here in the fall. So summer off-season program was good. Attendance was solid. I thought we did some good things in the summer here with 7-on-7s. Scrimmage-wise, we had Delta and Patrick Henry, 2 physical football teams that we believe will help prepare us for our Week 1 matchup. A lot of things that we learned in those scrimmages. We have a lot of new faces in new places this year. So we are learning. We are getting better each day, and we're looking forward to this Week 1 matchup.
You know, coming out of those scrimmages, the two-a-days and the like, as you get ready for this week number 1 showdown, any areas of concern, and maybe that's too harsh of a word, but maybe some areas coming out of that, Brody, you say, well, these are things we need to clean up in a hurry?
Yeah, I think consistency early on is always super important, especially when you have a lot of new guys in new spots, younger players filling key roles. You want to be as consistent as possible. Things on our end, like taking care of the football, snaps, tackling, those things. We need to be better in those areas, be more consistent. And I think overall, small school football, D7 football, you're always concerned with your depth. That's always a concern. making sure that we are in good shape. So guys are going to be going both ways, making sure that we're ready to go come week one.
All right, let's look at some positives, some strengths as we head in, maybe some things you're going to rely on here early in the season.
Yeah, I think we're going to have to rely heavily on our seniors and upperclassmen, juniors here. Like I said, we will have a lot of sophomores playing both ways this year. So we're going to have to rely on those guys to kind of bring the team together and lead the team. But guys like Scotty Kranz, Corey Herman, Owen Roth, those guys are going to kind of be the pillars for us here early on both sides of the football.
Offensively, let's talk about what we can expect to see out of Edgerton here this year.
Yeah, we're still our spread offense. We spread teams out, but as you know, we're not afraid to run the football. Last year, we were pretty balanced as far as run, pass, and our yardage. So we're going to find what works for us. We are still, once again, figuring things out here as we continue. But we like to be able to take advantage of numbers and not be too one-dimensional. And I think we can do either or. But I think our line has come a long way this preseason here, getting better each day. And our skill guys have done a nice job all throughout. So I feel very confident in being able to do both.
Same thing on the other side of the ball. Talk to me about what we can expect to see out of you defensively.
Absolutely. We're in that 3-4, very similar. Coach McClellan does a nice job with our defense. So we need to be better tacklers, and that's something that we noticed in our scrimmage. It's hard to simulate the game speed at practice, and then when you get into the scrimmages playing a good team, the speed picks up. So we got to be better tacklers. That's something early on that's always a concern. There's a fine line between keeping guys healthy in practice and not banging them too hard, but also getting valuable reps and getting that tackling experience. So we got to be better tacklers, and our guys know that. Especially with a high-flying offense like Edon has coming in.
Special teams can always put a stamp on a game. You know that as well as anyone. Talk about where you stand in that category.
Yeah, special teams is crucial, and we talk through that with our players that we can't lose a game in special teams, but you can certainly win it. We got our kicker back, Parker Eldon. He did a great job for us last year. Made kicking extra points very easy. Our punter, Corey Herman, is also back. So we're definitely putting an emphasis in those areas. We definitely want to be able to flip the field if we have to and get some yards on our return game as needed.
Brody, I always think week number one is such a challenge for coaches because you're probably still learning a little bit about yourself. But do you have a true understanding? I mean, I know you probably are familiar with Edon's personnel and that like, but is it going to take maybe a quarter, a little bit to really understand what they have to offer as well?
Sure. Every year is a little bit different. You have a different team, and every other team across the area has got a different team, and it is very different year to year. But sometimes we go back, especially week one, we watch previous year film too, just to pick up on tendencies that have been consistent over the years, and then we pair that with the scrimmage tape that we get. And just other things that we know about the program and the players. So it is a little bit more difficult being week one, but when you factor in all those things, and then at the end of the day, it's football, it's blocking and tackling, and we'll be ready to go.
All right, so give me a scouting report on Edon.
Yeah, and we know Coach Olwin, he's going to have his guys ready to go. Great quarterback and the Sap boy. He can really sling the ball around. They got a nice crop of receivers there. And they're big up front. So we're going to have to be ready to go. Like I said, our tackling is going to have to be a lot better than what it was in our scrimmages. And offensively, we got to establish a rhythm and take care of the football.
How important is the first quarter, maybe first quarter and a half? How important, Brody, is it to get off to a good start in this game Friday night?
I think it's always important, but we got to understand that there's a lot of nerves associated with this, a lot of new faces, new spots, as I've said. So it might take a series or two to get settled in, but after that, we need to get moving. We started a little bit slow last year against them, and we were able to get things on track there. But it's always important to start fast, be consistent, and execute.
Well, Brody, we appreciate the time. Nice to have you with us here with our conversations with the coach. We wish you well in this one against the Bombers here tonight.
I appreciate it. Thanks for the coverage.
Absolutely. Edgerton head coach Brody Flegel. Stay with us. More to come on B-Rock after this.
If you've been thinking about a remodeling project for your home or business, Field Supply Center in Blakesley should be your first choice. Field Supply Center in Blakesley and not only has all the lumber for that project, they also have all the building supplies you'll need, along with everything you need for the project, including the cabinetry, plus the expertise to help make your home even more beautiful. It's all at Field Supply Center, located in Blakesley. Field Supply Center, wishing good luck to all the players in tonight's game.
This spring, pick your power. Steel fuel-powered equipment delivers proven performance and efficiency, and the Steel Lightning battery system delivers the power to do more on a single charge. Get the all-new BGA 45 battery-powered blower for just $129.95, or pick the popular MS-170 chainsaw for just $179.95. Pick your power, and then pick up a Steel. All prices BES SRP at participating retailers.
See Black Swamp Equipment or go to blackswampequipment.net.
With an independent insurance agent, you can be sure that you're getting the right coverage at the right price. At Best Insurance and Financial Services, it's all about relationships. We work one-on-one with you to make sure your auto, home, farm, or business is protected by a quality insurance company. That's why we work with Ohio Mutual Insurance Group. We know you can trust Ohio Mutual to protect what matters most to you and your family. Once you see how Ohio Mutual cares for your needs, you'll trust them as well. Give us a call at 419-272-2888. We can recommend the best coverage from the best companies like Ohio Mutual.
Spend your week at the Williams County Fair. 2020 Custom Molded Plastics presents Kids Day, Monday, September 11th, a jam-packed day of fun where kids get in free from 9 to 3. Rides are open at 11 a.m. with wristbands available starting at $17. A bike giveaway at 5:30, and the high school band show brought to you by Spangler Candy and 2020 Custom Molded Plastics. You'll find great daily fun in the North Midway Entertainment area with Tactical Mobile Laser Tag, Circus Incredible, and Andy Rott's Entertainment Wild West show every day of the fair. United Healthcare and Montpelier Eagles 2246 have your Tuesday events covered. Senior and Disability Day from 9 to 3. The rides fire up at 5 with wristbands for $25. The cheer-off competition starting at 6. Wednesday's fun includes harness racing at 1. Rides starting at 5. And to close out the night, Enough Said will take the stage at the grandstand at 7 p.m. Thursday, come out for Youth Night with rides starting at 5 p.m. and Youth Night activities starting at 7. We'll see you at the Williams County Fair. It's our conversation with the coach, and we are happy to welcome in Edon frontman Bob Owen on this opening night of the high school football season. And, well, Bob, kind of walk us through the summer workouts, two-a-day scrimmages, and the like. Overall, are you happy with what you saw from the kids heading up to this point?
Oh, kids' attendance has been pretty good for about 30 of them, but we had a few stragglers that bothered me that didn't show up, a few times during the summer, so we needed to improve on that, and we did during 2 days, and so it's been a learning process. We only have 3 seniors, and so the young kids are still learning what high school football is about and what the procedures are for practice and all those type of things. So we scrimmaged a young Fairview team first and had some big plays and only gave up a few big plays, but I think we're getting better defensively. We're reacting better than we have been. Second scrimmage was Genoa, and they're a Division 5 team that made the playoff last year and had quite a few of their kids back. And in the 2 quarters that we played them, score was 28-22 Genoa, and we had an opportunity to win the scrimmage if we could have got a stop on them, but we weren't able to. So,
Bob, thinking with all that youth that you have this year, consistency, will that be a key for your team and kind of improving on that as the year goes by?
Yeah, we're really struggling with the consistency. It seems like we get 10 guys doing the right thing and one guy messes it up right now, and that's always frustrating, but that's high school football.
So you open up with rival Edgerton. Tell me what you know about them. And along those lines, Bob, is it kind of tough to prepare for that week 1 opponent, knowing that they're probably a little bit different personnel-wise too?
Yeah, we didn't get a roster until Wednesday, I think. So set us back a little bit. We have 3 seniors and they have 5 seniors. So it's 2 teams. They're young and inexperienced. They have a few kids back from last year's team. The Roth kids walked up, and a couple others on the defensive line for seniors. But they look like they run the ball well, react pretty well. They're a little young in the secondary. Offensively, I think they're trying to replace Everett's kid at quarterback and some of those receivers that they had, running back as well. Offensive line is probably a work in progress for them as well. So it's sort of 2 mirrored teams, except we have the more experienced quarterback.
Well, as you look at the matchup with the Bulldogs, Bob, give me a couple of key areas that'll be important for you guys to walk out of there with a win.
Anytime, first game, mistakes, missed assignments, turnovers, fumbles, interceptions, penalties. It's the first game for the officials too, so they're trying to do their best, but sometimes they need game experience as well. So we have to tackle well. Their kids seem to have some moves after they catch the ball or run the ball. So if we can continue to improve doing the fundamentals that we really stressed super hard this two-a-day season and so forth, we should be able to compete very well, and we can't get too high because it's Edgerton, and can't get down on ourselves if they hit a big play or something like that. So we just have to grow up real quick.
Oh, Bob, always appreciate the time. Good chatting with you here as we get set for week number 1. Wish you nothing but the best this year. Good luck with Edgerton here tonight.
Thanks a lot, Adam. I appreciate you having us on.
Edon head coach Bob Olwen with our conversation with the coach. We'll take a break. More to come on B-Rock coming up.
Before or after tonight's game, make sure Edon Pizza is a part of your evening. Edon Pizza in downtown Edon. Give us a call at 419-272-2452 and order your pizza, subs, and pasta for your pre- or post-game dinner. From all of us at Edon Pizza, we would like to wish the Bomber football team the best of luck in tonight's game against the Edgerton Bulldogs. Go Bombers!
Your home is the one place where everything should be perfect, including your air. Stark's Plumbing and Heating Services helps you achieve the perfect air you deserve with reliable, groundbreaking, award-winning Lennox products. Call Stark's Plumbing and Heating Services and see how soon you can get a Lennox home comfort system that'll help improve your health and your mood. It doesn't get any more perfect than that. Call us today at 1-800-329-4040 or visit us at starksphs.com.
Donaldson's Ace Hardware on North Union Street in Bryan is having a garage sale through the whole month of August. Save big with great markdowns on garage sale items and other store specials as well. Donaldson's carries a large selection of pool supplies too, along with all the power and hand tools you need for any project. Anything you need, from Ego battery-powered chainsaws to Ace brand wild bird food. Donaldson's Ace Hardware on North Union Street in Bryan is your helpful hardware place.
Fritch Excavating and CMF Enterprise of Edon wants to wish the Edon Bombers the best of luck in tonight's game. Fritch Excavating is family-owned and operated for over 30 years, and they handle everything from site prep to parking lots to land clearing. They can also put in a driveway, run a water line to an outdoor building, do a sewer line, or tile work as well. CMF Enterprise is a female-owned and operated business serving Ohio and Indiana, offering dump truck services, including aggregate material sales. CMF also handles a large large variety of construction, landscaping, ag, and residential materials as well. Fritz Excavating of Edon and CMF Enterprise of Edon wishing the Bombers the best of luck in tonight's game. Back out here in Edgerton on this picture-perfect Friday night. Couldn't ask for a better. Any week 1 through 10 of the season, I don't know if it's going to be any better than this tonight. I mean, it's just absolutely sparkling. How's this game unfold tonight in your estimation? If Edgerton is going to win tonight, what do they have to do?
You know, I think their best player is Owen Roth, the running back, again, returner from last year. They've got to establish him in the running game. Tall order, being that there's 4 or 5 offensive linemen who are new this year. But he's Edgerton's best football player, and you got to get the ball to your best football player's hands. Also, if Edgerton establishes a run, that's less time. The best player on the field tonight, Kyler Sapp, will have the ball. I think that's number 1. I think number 2, the first game, special teams are always going to be huge because teams don't practice it much live because of fear of injury during the 2-a-day period of time, and there's always a lot of mistakes in the kicking game. Talk to Coach Brody Flagel. He likes his kicking game this year. I think they've got to get some big plays in special teams and establish the run on offense. Of course, like anybody who's playing Edon, keep everything underneath you, corral, gang tackle the football. You'll live with the 3 yards and 5 yard pass plays. You can't live with the 20 and 25 yard pass plays.
How about for Bob Olin and Edon? How do they leave here 1-0 tonight?
Yeah, I think Edon's got a little bit more talent on paper. I know they both have lost a lot of kids. Again, we talked about Kyler Sapp. But how about Cohen Holbert? Not just on the offensive side, but the defensive side is where he's going to make his trademark. He's a linebacker that's just a one-man wrecking crew. In front of him, he's got a great defensive lineman in Parker Kelly. And then behind them, Edon, of course, has got Kyler Sapp defensively. So I think there's a really good football player on all 3 levels of the Edon Bombers. So we often talk about their offense because Bob Olin is what? The offensive genius, right? And again, rightfully so, we like those wide receivers, but I think Edon, if they're going to win the game tonight, it's going to be on defense, specifically stopping the run and making the sophomore quarterback, Baker, first start tonight. He's probably a little bit nervous. Okay, he's got 4 new offensive linemen in front of him. Make him get a little bit jittery, put them into obvious passing situations, and then Edon can use their athleticism in the secondary.
Keys tonight brought to you by Fackler Monument Company in downtown Montpelier. I want to make a couple of other quick notes for both these teams. Successful programs here in the last handful of years. Edgerton a lot deeper, as you mentioned, because of sustained success. Edgerton 7-4 last year. Edon went 5-6. You could make arguments, and I think very strong arguments, that in the losses, and there were some ugly losses for both these schools last year in quote-unquote big games, how do they turn that train around? For Edgerton, it was getting pummeled in the trenches last year in those big games. In their wins, and games that maybe they were supposed to win, they handled their business. In those bigger games, Chenoras, the Antwerps, they got dominated in the trenches. For Edon, on the other side, I think it comes back to what you said. Defensively, can they get enough stops? We know that this offense is going to score points. So that's something I want, and this, make no mistake about it, ask anybody from Edon and Edgerton, this is a big game, even in week 1.
Oh, it sure is. It's a fun game. Again, they're not from the same conference, but, you look at it, and again, I get it's a different level, but, Defiance and Napoleon week 1, Edgerton, Edon in week 1. Again, these rivalries that are not necessarily the same conference, but their proximity and everybody knows each other. It makes for an exciting time, and both teams have had some recent success against each other. If you're going to have a rivalry, both teams have got to win from time to time, and Edgerton dominated that for most years, but Edon the last few years has kind of made it interesting, so I think it's going to be a competitive game tonight. Again, there's a lot of unknowns, though. We'll know a little bit more after tonight because there's so many fresh faces, but you couldn't ask for a better night. 70 degrees, oftentimes, especially with these small, but even the big schools, you worry about fatigue. You worry about depth because of the heat and the humidity. Cramping. I don't think we're going to see any of that tonight, or very little amount of it, if anything. So because the conditions are as good as I can remember for week 1.
Edon went 5-6 a year ago, 3-1 in the TAC. Ottawa Hills took that crown away from them a season ago. Got to the playoffs, got hammered by Macomb 57. 3. Edgerton went 7-4 last year, 4-3 in the GMC. Some sour taste in their mouth at the way that season ended. They lost to Gibsonburg, also handled pretty easily like Edon in the postseason, losing to Gibsonburg 42-14. This is Brody Flagle's 4th year as head coach of the Edgerton Bulldogs, 16-13 as the head coach for Bob Olwin. Also his 4th year at Edon, but 45th overall. He has 236 career wins as a head football coach, 22 of them coming at Edon, 22-12. So the talk and the hype about over. Edgerton kicking off from right to left. They will be in their maroon and gold uniforms, the gold numbers. Edon in their whites with the blue numbers. It is teed up for Parker Eldon, who is ready to kick it away from the 40-yard line. Deep for Edon will be Max Radebaugh and Eli Dickman standing near their 10 or 12-yard line. 2023, off we go with high school football. It'll be the far side to Radebaugh, spotted at the 17. Coming near side, looking for a wall, gets to the 20, 25-yard line, runs into the waiting arms of Levi Hess, a 5'7 sophomore, who brings him down across the 25 at about the 26-yard line. So it'll be 1st and 10 for this Edon offense. Again, Kyler Sapp, 2,905 yards through the air last year and 26 touchdowns. He completed 62% of his passes.
Got injured in the last game of the season for Edon. Again, you wonder if there's a lingering effect there. All indications he's back to 100%.
So they'll start in that traditional empty set. 3 receivers wide to the left, 2 to the right. Sapp in the shotgun. 4 down linemen for Edgerton. First snap of the season. Sapp looks, fires near side, little curl route, caught at the 30, run out of bounds at about the 33-4-yard line. Kendall Brigle with the reception, a 6'2", 165-pound sophomore. He was knocked out of bounds by Noah Weaver. That's a gain of 8 on the play. So it'll be 2nd down and 2 from the 34-yard line. Move it to the middle of the field, actually hash marked to the near side now. 2 receivers to the right, to the short side, trips to the left on 2nd down and 2. Again, 4 down linemen. Sapp wants to throw to the other side. That is caught by Radebaugh at the 38. Lassoed in there, but he'll have enough for a 1st down. Take what the defense gives you, Mike Bumb.
Yeah, it looks like they're playing man-to-man, but playing a very soft man-to-man, and Edon's just doing a little 5-yard stop routes. And, of course, Kyler Sapp being very, very effective, just throwing the ball, catch and release.
On that far side, Corey Herman, a 6'2 junior, made the tackle. Bob Olwin said he wants to see continued growth out of his quarterback. And progression in receivers, and as an old quarterback yourself, Foz, you know that comes with experience, game experience.
I love Sapp, and I love these wide receivers, again, for Edon. They've graduated a couple, but they passed the look test.
One running back, Hulbert, will get the call. He will bull his way into the middle and gets across the 40 to the 42-yard line, gain of 4 on the play. So it'll be 2nd down and 6. Stacked up in the middle there defensively, Sean Murphy, a senior, in on the stop. So 2nd down from their own 43. First drive of the game, no score on the Andres O'Neill scoreboard, Edon and Edgerton. 2nd and 5 from the 43-yard line. 3 receivers right, 2 to the left. Sapp plenty of time. Fires, pass caught, far side. Owens tiptoes out of bounds at the 50, maybe the 49 of Edgerton. He'll have 8 on the pitch and catch, and a 1st down.
3 for 3 for Kyler Sapp. Again, very effective, just simple stop routes. And you can't get to him because he's getting rid of the ball so quick.
They'll bring it back to midfield, so a gain of 7 actually on the play to the 50. Minute and a half in, it is a scoreless game. First possession of the night. Trips to the right, 2 receivers to the left. The 2 receivers set to the left is to the short side of the field. Edgerton wants to come on a blitz. Good pickup of that blitz. Sapp on a quarterback draw, twisting his way for a pair of yards. Tackle made by Adrian Kepler, a 5'11", 200-pound senior.
That was a good job there by Edgerton to recreate the line of scrimmage. Again, against the run there, the 2 times that Edon's ran the ball, Edgerton's been in good position and made the play.
So a gain of 2 for Sapp. It'll be 2nd down and 8 from the Edgerton 48. 5 wide, 3 of them to the right, 2 to the left. Extend 4 down linemen. Sapp wants to throw bubble screen to Owens. He has it at midfield and then fights his way forward for a couple of yards. That is Kepler again on the tackle. It's a gain of 3, and it'll be 3rd and 5.
Yeah, it was a jailbreak screen. Adrian Kepler did a great job of realizing it by reading the offensive lineman. He peeled back and made the play.
So Edon 3rd and 5. They're on the plus side of things at the Edgerton 45. 8th play of the drive coming up right now.
Money down, 3rd down.
5 wide look. Sapp wants to fire. Far side, lots of cushion, but Owens could not hang on to it. And now decision time for Bob Owen with a 4th and 5 at the Edgerton 45.
Yeah, about at midfield. We know Bob Owen's MO. I bet he's going for it. That ball should have been caught, though.
So 4th down and 5. The Edon offense will stay out on the field. Big moment here early. 9:26 to go in the quarter. 3 receivers right, 2 to the left. 4th and 5 at the 45. Little flinch, they let it go. Back to throw, Sapp. Going to tuck and run. 45-40, 35-30, out of bounds inside the 30, down to the 26-yard line.
And the Edgerton faithful is complaining about maybe a false start.
There was a flinch.
And I think they've got a good argument there because Edon did flinch. The referees let it go.
Gain of 19 on 4th and 5, and that'll keep this drive alive to the 26-yard line. So it'll be 1st and 10 Bombers at the 26 of Edgerton. Opening drive so far off to a terrific start for this Edon offense. 3 receivers go to the left. 2 receivers to the right. 1st and 10, Edon at the 26, moving left to right in a scoreless game. Sapp wants to throw the screen far side. Owens makes the grab. 25 looks to the outside. 20 will be shoved out of bounds by Corey Herman on that far sideline. He's going to be close to the 1st down and will have it at a gain of 10. What an opening drive here. Can they finish now with points?
Yeah, and again, spread offenses traditionally have a little bit more difficulty scoring in the red zone because it's more of a wide open, creating space type of an offense. And Edon now is getting right into that red zone here as they're on the 16-yard line. So we'll see if the numbers that they consolidate in that red zone make it more difficult for Edon.
1st and 10, Edon at the 16. So far have made it look easy. 1 running back, Hulbert inside to the right of Sapp. 3 receivers right, 1 to the left. Little mini rollout to the right for Sapp. On the move, looks, throws, and throws it out of bounds. Closest target was Colton Willis, but for all intents and purposes, Maddox Baker was coverage. He was throwing that one away.
He was, and Corey Herman was in great shape there defensively as well. Kyler Sapp rolling out to the right. The problem with that is that also shrinks the field because you only have one area you can throw the ball to. And credit Edgerton for really kind of clamping down there and making really no passing lanes for Sapp.
2nd down and 10, Edon at the Edgerton 16. Still the opening drive, and we've played just over 3 minutes. 8:59 to go in the quarter. Bombers double-digit play drive here. 2nd and 10. They'll bunch 2 receivers left, send 3 receivers to the right side. Sapp looks, fires over the middle, broken up, and then almost intercepted on the deflection. Great read by Owen Roth. Foz got inside leverage and broke it up.
The outside linebacker, the best player on the Edgerton roster, almost had that picked, and if he picked that off, that could have been pick 6. What a great break on the ball by Owen Roth.
So now a 3rd and 10 for Edon at the 16-yard line of Edgerton. They'll send 3 of those receivers to the right, bunch 2 to the left. Sapp waits, gets the snap, looks, a little stop route on the far side, caught and wrestled down by Caden Sinclair immediately is Max Radeball. And that will be short of the 1st down, but it gets them into another manageable situation. 4th and 3 from the 9.
Yeah, 4th and 3 situation here. Again, Edon's ran the ball twice, which was quite a bit for an Edon Bob Owen coach team. Looks like an empty backfield here. We'll see what
4th and 3 at the 9. 3 receivers right. Edgerton creeping up. 2 receivers left. Sapp flush to the left. Sapp sees the sticks. 10. Lowers the shoulder. 5. He's out of bounds. It'll be 1st and goal, Edon.
It's just so difficult to account for an athletic quarterback when you have 5 wide receivers playing man-to-man as Edgerton is. That puts Sapp one-on-one with a linebacker, and twice he's won that battle.
So it will be 1st down and goal from the 5-yard line. Couple of fourth down conversions on this drive.
And it's been Sapp doing it with his legs.
So 1st and goal from the 5. Holbert is in as a running back. 15th play of the drive. Holbert goes in motion. They swing it to him. He's got it at the 10. Got to make a move. Unable to do so. Owen Roth came up, played that inside backer spot beautifully, my friend.
Yeah, he really is a good football player. Again, not only offensively at the running back slot, but defensively at the outside linebacker spot. He for sure is an all-league player.
2nd down and goal. That's a loss on the play to the 7-yard line. So 2nd and goal at the 7.
If you're going to run a flare to the running back out of the backfield, run it away from Owen Roth's side.
4 receivers bunched tight to the right, the short side of the field. 1-on-1 to the left with Owens, but they're looking right. A little out route, a one-handed attempt. Did he make the grab? He did. He's at the 1. Max Radeball with a heck of a grab at the goal line, and it'll be 3rd and goal at the 1.
Boy, it really was by Max Radeball. One-hand grab. He reached out and stabbed that, and that's just being an athlete right there. I thought he was in for a touchdown, but the official right there said he was down at the 1-yard line.
2 plays to get it in from a yard. Almost 5 minutes gone by. 17th play of the drive. A drive that began at their own 26. 2 receivers right, 2 receivers left. 1 running back is Holbert. Holbert will get the call off the right side. Bangs his way in for the first touchdown of the 2023 season. Cohen Holbert from a yard out, and the Bombers with as impressive as it gets, and they'll go for 2.
Don't know what the kicking situation is for the Bombers. It looked like there was some indecision on the sideline that they were going to bring a kicking team out. Bob Owens indicating they're going to go for 2 here.
So it took a little more than 5 minutes. 5:02, 17 plays to punch it in from 74 yards out. Holbert stays in the backfield, lines up to the left of Sapp. 2 receivers right, 2 receivers left. Sapp to throw. Looks, has time, looks, throws to the back corner of the end zone. Up and making the grab is Owens, and there's your 2-point try. 8-0 Edon. Terrific start for them. Edgerton, you're up next offensively. We'll be right back.
Michael Jordan once said, some people want it to happen, some wish it would happen, and others make it happen. The Edgerton Bulldogs want it, wish for it, and make it happen. The Edgerton Athletic Boosters want to thank all of the Edgerton athletes for their hard work and dedication, and want to wish the athletes and coaches good luck. So from the Edgerton Athletic Boosters, go get 'em Bulldogs. We're behind you all of the way. Good luck to all the Edgerton athletes.
Always supporting student athletes and coaches in the Edon School District, the Edon Athletic Boosters. The Edon Athletic Boosters would like to take this opportunity to salute the student athletes and coaches in tonight's game. Hey, how would you like to be a part of the Edon Athletic Boosters? Come to a meeting and find out what they're all about. Maybe even volunteer at a concession stand. For more information, phone 419-272-3213. The Edon Athletic Boosters, supporting student athletes and coaches in Edon.
Hold on. 36. Welcome back out here. It is an impressive start for Edon. Van Wert off to a 6-0 lead on Bryan on our sister station Q96.5. And Wauseon up 7-0 on the restart of the Doug Rakes era at Fairview. They lead the Apaches 7-0.
Not this year, but watch out for Fairview in the future. Really good freshman class.
Terrific start. 7 of 10, 36 yards for Kyler Sapp through the air. Plus, he had some plays with his legs. They had some 4th down conversions. I think if Bob Owen, if you asked him to draw up an opening drive that would be to his liking, how could it be any better than that?
Boy, Sapp looked really effective, too, didn't he? Again, really the incompletions that he had all could have been caught. One of them was a great play, again, by Owen Roth, but, boy, he looked sharp.
And now Edgerton will get their hands on it for the first time. Ball is loose on the turf. It was juggled and dropped by Kepler, but I believe Kepler, with a little help from Sinclair, got back on it, and Edgerton will have the football back. So now we will see Maddox Baker, the 5'7", 140-pound sophomore starter for Edgerton for the first time in his varsity career.
You know, again, you look for people to lean on when you've got a young team. One of those guys for Edgerton's Elijah Martin, the big offensive lineman on the right side. Look for Edgerton to lean on him going to the right side when he lines up to Owen Roth, or to Joe Walkup, two really good running backs for the Dogs.
So it will start with Scotty Krantz in the backfield with Baker.
Scotty
Three receivers left, one receiver to the right. Krantz was the backup quarterback last year, a wide receiver. A little swing to him. 25-30, 35-40, 45-50, and Krantz is finally slammed down by Briggs Gallahue, but a gain of almost 30 on first down.
Yeah, and it was just the back out of the backfield. Scotty Krantz lining up at the running back slot. Just a nice, easy swing play, and it was very well blocked by the Dogs on the perimeter.
They marked it back, said he was out of bounds back at the 46, so that's a gain of 24 to the 46-yard line, quickly into Edon territory, and quickly to the line of scrimmage come the Bulldogs. Man comes in motion near side. They'll give on the inside to Roth, and Roth submarine, but he crosses the 40 to the 38-yard line before being tackled by Holbert.
Big gap there by the Edgerton offensive line with Owen Roth right up the middle.
Second down and 2. Patrick Henry, by the way, leads Hicksville 7-0. Hicksville now coached by Justin Davis, who is an Edgerton grad. Of course, Lucas Smith stepping down after a successful tenure. Quarterback snap to Krantz, who will get the run, and they'll get him in a little wildcat look. Get your athletes touches in space when you can. That's a first down pickup.
Three different players touching the ball, all effectively. Edgerton right now physically, again, we've only had 3 plays. Let's not get over dramatic. Physically moving Edon off the line of scrimmage.
Got that gain down just a touch inside the 33-yard line. First down and 10. Edon leads Edgerton 8-0 midway through quarter number 1 on the Andres O'Neill and Lowe scoreboard. 2 receivers left, 1 receiver to the right. Roth in the backfield. Baker brings Walkup, fakes to him. Baker now flush to the left. Baker will get what he can, and then a late push. Sapp coming over to usher him out of bounds. Edgerton side wanting a flag, but not going to get one.
Yeah, and they may have had an argument there by the rule, but again, the officials, I think, in this game are going to let the kids play. We've had a couple plays where there could have been a flag. I kind of like it. I like an officiating crew that lets the kids play a little bit. It was marginable.
It's a loss back to the 39. So Baker's scramble is -6. So second down, 16. 2 receivers and a wing to the right, plus a slot to the left, so it's empty for Baker on second down. Walk up in motion to the far side of the field. Baker will roll that way. Throws on the run. Joel Walkup in and out on the reception attempt.
Yeah, throwing the ball here a couple times in a row when they were having so much success going right at Edgerton. I know it's early and you're trying to feel some things out and see where you can kind of take advantage of the defense, but I think Edgerton going forwards, their success is going to be between the tackles.
3rd and 16, Edgerton at the Edon 39. It will all. What's going to happen on 4th down if they don't get it will all depend on what happens here. Can they get any chunk of it to at least make it an attempt to go for it? Double wing look. Krantz goes in motion. They look that way, but they're going to try to throw a screen back to the near side. Baker's pass was off the hands of Sean Murphy. Edon had blown up the screen, and that was the best that they could do in getting rid of it. And now on 4th and 16, you probably think punt, maybe?
I think so, Andy. I think it's too early in the game to go for it. And Edgerton doesn't really have that big play capability that Edon does, so we'll see what happens with Coach Flegel here. He's kind of indicating like he's going to go for it, Andy.
So if it stands, it would be a 4th and 16 from the 39. In the backfield with Maddox Baker is Sean Murphy. 2 receivers both ways. It could be a quick kick. Yep, they're going to get Baker to stand back and just try to punt. It's a short one. Hits at the 30. Dies at the 30. So they gain 9 yards of field position on the punt. Edon takes over when we're back in 30 seconds.
Edgerton Forge, located on US 6 just outside of Edgerton, are proud supporters of Edgerton Bulldog athletes. Looking for a new career? Apply online at edgertonforge.com/careers or stop in and see them for an application and tour the facility at 257 East Morrison Street in Edgerton, Monday through Friday from 7 a.m. to 1:30 p.m. Join them as they forge into the future. Good luck and play tough tonight. Go Bulldogs!
Timeout on the field, so it allows us a chance here to come back and kind of reset in an 8-0 Edon lead. By the way, good opening night game happening. Also, Liberty Center on the heels of the, get this, it didn't end with a state title, but the most successful season in Liberty Center history in terms of wins. They won 14, won a regional title last year. They're playing a Tenora team. Are they in a team? They're certainly in flux because they have a new head coach on the sidelines in Eric Becker, a 98 Tenora grad, has the job. Anyways, 8-7 start in that game. That's an intriguing opening night game.
It is. Liberty Center picked to win the NWAL.
Rightly so.
Tenora, I think, picked second behind Antwerp to win to be in the GMC race. I think on paper, most people are more excited about Liberty Center with 70 kids on their roster. How they managed to continue that size town, pump out the football players is beyond me, but much respect. 70 kids on their roster. One kid getting looked at, their offensive lineman, Bockelman, as a D1 prospect. So we'll see how that goes going forward. One would think Liberty Center would have the advantage, but Tenora's legit, and again, they've been historically, that's 25 years, the best program in the GMC as well.
We've played about 6.5 minutes of football. Each team has had it once. Edon, a 17-play, 74-yard drive for points. Edgerton had a little something cooking after 3 plays, and then Edon's defense rose up and got a stop. Now they get a 1st and 10 at their own 30. Moving left to right. Trips to the right, twins to the left. Sapp gets the snap. Flush to the right. On the move. This is going to be probably a holding penalty as he just chucks it towards the cheap seats. So it'll be a hold on Edgerton, or on Edon, I should say, with Edgerton applying immense pressure that time. Keep you updated on what's happening with the Tigers and the Guardians as well. The Cleveland 4.5 back of Minnesota when the night began. Playing a doubleheader because of the rain out. 4-2, I'm told, the final in Game 1. Won by who again, Ben? Detroit won Game 1 4-2. By the way, the Midwest Community Federal Credit Union scoreboard show, of course, is back when we're done here tonight in Edgerton. The penalty takes Edon back to the 20, so it'll be 1st and 20 from their own 20 after the holding penalty. Edon will be flipping 3 receivers. Perhaps 4 now, it looks like. 4 receivers to the left, 1 receiver to the right. The only receiver right is Willis. Empty backfield on 1st and 20 from their own 20. 8-0 Edon with the lead. Second possession for the Bombers. Pressure off the edge. Sapp feels it, throws it at the feet of his receiver on the far side, Brigle, because he felt the heat from the weak side.
More of a longer developing play. Edon has been just kind of getting the snap, Sapp has been, and getting rid of the ball.
Defensively, real quick, Mike, what are the adjustments Edgerton has to make after what we saw Edon do to them on the opening drive?
Tighten up in the secondary, meaning bring your defensive players up a little bit tighter to the wide receivers and don't give them those little 5-yard stop routes.
2nd and 20, Edon at their own 20. Clock stopped at the 5:13 mark here in this opening quarter on a beautiful night in Northwest Ohio. Sapp wants to throw the bubble to the far side. It's caught. 20, 25. Hulbert across the 25 to about the 27, so got some of that lost yardage back, but it'll be still 3rd and long, 3rd and about 13. Good stop on that far side. Corey Herman again on his 3rd stop.
Corey Herman, great job by the Edgerton defense of keeping everything underneath them, rallying to the football. Don't give Edon receivers any yards after catch.
3rd down and maybe closer to 14 here for Edon from the 26. 2 receivers right. 3 receivers right, 2 to the left. Sapp rolling, looking, one-on-one matchup near sideline. Ball is caught! Ripped away by Colton Willis. Snatched it away from Maddox Baker. Sapp's ball a little bit underthrown. Not terribly, but a little bit underthrown. 50-50 ball. Winner in that one is Edon's number 2, Colton Willis.
And I thought Maddox Baker was in great position. That was a great defensive back play. That was just, again, Colton Willis making a big boy catch there because that was mano on mano. And again, the size advantage there for Willis, again, comes up being 6'2" versus the 5'7". But that was Baker, but that was great defensive coverage by Baker.
Gain of 39 on the pass play from Sapp to Willis to the 35-yard line. Edon feeling rhythm, throw it, caught, 30-yard line, sidestep 1. With the football is Brigle, knocked out of bounds inside the 25 to the 23. He'll get 12 on the play. Baker came up to make the stop, but Edon, after hitting the big one, in rhythm again.
That was the first time Edon went downfield there, and of course they needed it with 3rd down and long, and now they can get into their kind of pick and stick, as you call it. You know, you get the quarterback gets the ball, boom, throws it out of his hands real quick.
Trips to the left, Twins to the right. 1st and 10, Edon at the Edgerton 24, already leading it 8-0. Sapp looks, sideline left, wants the end zone. Pass is not caught. Intended receiver Briggs Gallahue. Not sure if Sinclair got a hand in there. If not, he had maybe at least shielded his face guard, so he's unable to make that catch.
Yeah, ball was a little bit overthrown, probably would have been out of bounds, but again, great defensive back positioning by Sinclair as he uses the sideline as another defender and squeezes, I believe, who was that, Gallahue, out of bounds there,
yes,
making it really no chance for a catch.
2nd down and 10 for Edon from the 24-yard line of Edgerton. 3 receivers left, 2 bunched to the right. So an empty set for Sapp on this 2nd down. Sapp looks, steps up, pressure coming, he's going to go down. Sacked by Sean Murphy, 6-foot senior, bursting through to throw Sapp for a loss on the play.
And that's a great job there by Sean Murphy. If Edgerton's going to put pressure on Sapp, it's really going to have to be with the down 4 linemen or down 3 linemen, because bringing heat from the outsides with the linebackers, albeit every now and then, can be effective. You're not going to make a living off that because Sapp gets rid of the ball so quickly.
So the loss on the sack brings Edon back to the 28-yard line. They're looking at a 3rd and 14. 3 and change to play in the quarter. 8-0 Bombers. 5 wide, 3 to the left, 2 to the right. Here's your 3rd and long. Sapp under pressure. Flush to the right. Looking. Still trying to fire it. Now just dumps it out of bounds. Roth pushed him out of bounds on the near side, and now it'll be 4th down coming up. Holbert was in the middle of the field, and I think Kyler Sapp saw him last second, but didn't want to throw back across his body, and maybe thinking somebody lurking in the middle, don't want to turn it over here.
You know, Edgerton's put themselves last series in a position to get off the field defensively. Couldn't convert on 4th down twice. Now again, they face another 4th down situation, 4th and about 13. It's imperative if Edgerton's going to win this game, they get off the field here and get some long, sustained offensive drives to keep the ball away from that Edon offense.
Bob Olin bringing that play clock down, probably going to burn a timeout here as the play clock's at 2.
It's kind of a no man's area here, Andy. You don't gain anything by punting the ball, but so they're going to go for it, Edon. But it is a challenging 4th and 13.
We will stay right here with 3:03 left in the opening quarter and a 4th down coming up. Van Wert still up 6-0 on Bryan. Wauseon extends to a 14-0 lead over Fairview. Genoa has jumped on top of Archibald 7-0. That in the first quarter there. Blue Streak's going to be a good football team before all is said and done. I believe I saw in season 2 as the offensive coordinator back at Genoa, Mike Vickers.
Is that right?
Yeah, that's his 2nd year that he'll be.
He just can't give it up, can he?
No.
Good for him.
He needs to, if he wants to give it up, just come talk to the Foz.
Yeah.
Just say the Foz will talk him into giving it up and just join the media. And you're right every Friday night, probably what?
That's right.
98% of the time.
And nobody hates me when I leave. Well,
no.
I don't think so anyway.
Well, not that we've proven yet. Make it 21-0 now, Wauseon over Fairview. New turf tonight being debuted in Bryan.
Wow, did you see that?
You're not a donor, right? Your pockets aren't deep enough?
I wasn't a donor, but I tell you, I'm very impressed with it. It looks beautiful.
It does look good. So it'll be 4th down from the 28-yard line of Edgerton. 8-0 Edon with the lead. It's 4th and long, 4th and 14. As Mike has said just before this timeout, you are in a tough spot here. Kyler Sapp is a punter. So if they wanted to back him up, maybe pooch it, they could do that. But again, what are you gaining? 10, 15 yards? So you go for it. 4th down. Sapp gets the snap. Looks. Steps up. Has time. Throws. Over the middle. Got a man, but it's through the hands of Christian Owens. He broke free and open at the 10. And it just was unable to bring it in. Corey Herman, the closest defender. 4th down, and they'll turn it over on downs.
Little high. Thought maybe he could have made a play on it, Willis, but even if he caught it, I think he was going to be a little bit short there. That's a big stop by the Bulldog defense.
So they'll take over 1st and 10 at their own 28-yard line.
The Dogs kind of got behind the chains last series. They had some effectiveness running the football. Then they passed the ball a couple times, took a sack, and then were forced to throw. Let's see if they go back to the basics here and try to run the football this series.
2 receivers and a wing to the right, Twins to the left. Baker in the gun on 1st and 10. He'll bring walk-up in motion to the far side. Baker looks, throws, far side, caught by Herman. 25, wrestled down at the line of scrimmage. Hulbert, first man there, and he got there quickly. It'll be 2nd and 10. No gain on the play. Clock ticking, under 2.5 minutes left in this opening quarter. Second possession of the game for Edgerton. Edon leading on the Andres O'Neill and Low scoreboard, 8-0. 2 receivers now, a third go to the right. 1 receiver to the left. That's Weaver. Roth, the only running back. It'll be Krantz getting the snap. They're going to run him. He slithers his way through the teeth of that Edon defense before he's brought down by Cole Olds after a gain of about 5. It'll be 3rd and 5 as Van Wert extends their lead over Bryan to 13-0. So a 3rd and 5 here for Edgerton at their own 33-yard line. Using some time on that play clock this time. They had a little tempo in that first drive. 1 receiver and a wing to the right. 1 receiver and a wing to the left. 1 receiver to the right. Baker back in at quarterback. Krantz in there with him. Roth goes in motion. They fake to the sweep, and they go inside on the give to Scotty Krantz. He's going to be short of the first down by about 2.
Yeah, and I think that's really what Edgerton's got to do. Fake the jet sweeps. Again, you got to keep them honest by challenging on the perimeter a little bit, but I think they're going to make their money between the tackles.
So an early decision here that Brody Flagle thinks says he's going to go for it. 4th and 2 from his own 36. 5 wide look, unless they're just going to try to get Edon to jump off sides here with a hard count.
You notice they put Scotty Krantz back in the quarterback slot there. Wildcat situation for the Dogs.
Play clock at 5, at 4. I don't think they show any intention now of snapping this. 2, 1, and now Brody Flagle will spend a timeout. Try to get Edon to jump. Bombers wouldn't. And now the punt team will come on with 49 seconds remaining in this opening quarter. Archibald, by the way, answering Genoa right back, but missed the extra point. It's 7-6 Genoa with the lead. Our main stops of Northwest Ohio halftime show tonight. Mike Bumb and I will dive into kind of our version of the conference preview of the NWOAL, the GMC, the TAC, dabble a little bit in the WBL. And how about this year, as you know, my good friend, the NLL breaking off into divisions and a smaller school Cardinal division that Napoleon is a part of.
Hallelujah for Napoleon.
Yeah.
I mean, man, they talk about a team that's been very difficult sledding with the teams they've had to play, being a Division III, some years even a Division IV, if I'm not mistaken, against Division I and Division II schools. So that's good for Napoleon.
By the way, got to give a shout-out to Foz and I's #1 fans every Friday night. Walt and Chip Bum. Say hi to the Foz's folks, and my wife's grandparents are tuned in, Don and Luella Rocky. I mean, we know we have 4 locked in somewhere, so that's always a win for us on a Friday night.
That may be it.
So now they will send offense back out there. Play action. Krantz over the middle. It's broken up initially and then almost caught off the deflection and falls incomplete.
Wow.
Briggs Gallahue, Sean Murphy. That ball was up there tantalizingly for what felt like forever.
Yeah.
Both kids with a shot. Neither made the catch. A gamble by Edgerton.
Wow.
And now Edon takes over on a short field.
Big gamble by Brody Flagle there. And again, just to kind of a fake the inside zone read and then hit the little pop pass over the middle. As you said, Andy, both guys had a chance to make a play on it. The ball was dancing around in both of their hands. Nonetheless, it's incomplete, and the Bombers got really good field position now on the 36-yard line of Edgerton.
36 indeed. 3 receivers to the right, 2 receivers to the left. Still an 8-0 lead here for Edon. Sapp empty in the backfield. Sapp gets the snap. Looks. Now sends one down the field. Fires, nobody home. Couple of receivers out there, Owens and Radabaugh, but really the closest person was Scotty Krantz for Edgerton, so maybe a little miscommunication there.
Adrian Kepler providing some pressure there on Sapp and got there. Maybe a half a step later, he could have got flagged on that, but again, nice job of getting pressure and making Sapp feel it a little bit.
2nd down and 10, Edon. from the 36-yard line of Edgerton. Edon scored 74-yard drive, 17 plays in their first possession. Attacked again, but Edgerton came up with a defensive stop the second time around. Edgerton has had it twice. Just went for it. Man in motion to the far side. Sapp to throw. Lots of time. Only a three-man rush. Sapp now looks, directing traffic. Slings one in, and the reception made by Cohen Hulbert near the 27-yard line. He'll have 9 on that play.
Good catch in traffic by Cohen Hulbert. Good throw by Sapp. Really good defensive position in there by Corey Herman, too. Edon's made a couple plays in traffic where Edgerton's been in good defensive position, something that's kind of rare in high school football.
That's going to do it for quarter number 1 of high school football here tonight. Thanks for tuning in and being with us. The old 49 rivalry is a quarter deep, 8-0. Edon leads Edgerton on B-Rock Sports.
Camco Industries, with facilities located in West Unity, Ohio and Morenci, Michigan, has openings on all 3 shifts for production and assembly operators. We manufacture interior plastic products for the automotive industry. As an operator, you will be required to visually inspect, trim, assemble, and pack parts, as well as label containers. You must be able to pass an entry-level test and a substance abuse test. Camco also has openings for shipping associates, material handlers, and production leads. Camco offers a complete benefit package along with a bonus for the successful completion of probationary status, an attendance bonus, and a referral bonus. If you would like to join our team, please complete an application online at www.kumi-na.com or in person at Camco, 1001 East Jackson Street, West Unity, Ohio, Monday through Friday from 8 a.m. to 4:30 p.m. All rehires will be considered for employment.
Your friends at your neighborhood Edon Farmers Co-op Country Store would like to invite you to stop in at the Edon, Montpelier, and Edgerton stores to check out their complete line of pet supplies, animal feed, and outdoor products. Their friendly, knowledgeable staff is ready to answer all of your questions concerning their complete line of Kalmbach, Land O'Lakes, and much, much more. For your convenience, your purchase can be carried to your vehicle by one of their employees. Be sure to stop by soon and see them at your hometown country store, the Edon Farmers Co-op.
Andy Brigle, Mike Bumb back with you here. Quarter number 1 in the books. It's 8-0 Edon. They have a 3rd and short, 3rd and 1 at the Edgerton 27 as we start the second quarter. Edon will move right to left now. 4 wide receivers to the left, 1 to the right. Does this sniff quarterback draw on 3rd and 1? Sapp has it. He keeps it. He has the first down. He's at more. 20. Wrestled down at about the 15. 12 on the 3rd and 1. And Edon in business.
Nice call, Andy. That's exactly what it was. A quarterback draw right behind Parker Kelly, the left tackle for Edon, who did a nice job of really moving the Edgerton defender out of the way.
Most experienced lineman back and their best offensive lineman back. You might as well follow him when you need the critical yardage. 1st and 10, just a shade inside the 15, closer to the 14-yard line. Trips to the right, twins to the left in the 5 wide. Sapp, pressure off the edge, has to step up, can't get away. Now he does get away, spun away, rolling right, on the move for the end zone, incomplete. He wanted Hulbert.
Well, a couple things on that. Great individual play by Sapp to avoid the first defender. And then guess who comes out of nowhere to put more pressure on him? Owen Roth from Edgerton, causing Sapp to hastily have to throw that ball out of the end zone.
So 2nd down and 10 from the 14-yard line of Edgerton. Just underway, quarter number 2. It is 8-0 Edon with the lead on the Andres O'Neill and Lowe scoreboard. Play clock down to 15, and Edon not quite to the line of scrimmage yet. Going to have to hurry to get this thing off. It's down to 10.
I think we got a timeout in our forecast here by Bob Owen.
It's at 6. It's at 5, 4, 3, 2, 1. And did they get a timeout first? I believe a timeout was taken first. Yes. Timeout on the field, Edon. 2nd down and long. Just underway in the 2nd. Leading Edgerton 8-0.
The more your life changes, the more your insurance needs change. See Danielle Van Atta of Danielle Van Atta Agency today. She can conduct a free personal insurance review to help you determine how much and what type of coverage is right for you, with no costly gaps or overlaps. Interested? Phone Danielle Van Atta today at 419-636-0408.
All right, Mike Bumb, what's your call? 2nd and 10 from the 14. What do you like out of Bob Owen here?
options are limited when you get in the red zone when you're a spread team, obviously, because why? You've got more bodies in a condensed area. I think you've got to do maybe some crossing routes to Cohen Holbert, one of the bigger bodies. Again, Eden's done a nice job of catching the ball in traffic. I've been impressed with Edgerton. They're in the right place at the right time. Eden's just making some catches. Again, contested catches, something you don't often see in high school football. They always catch it when they're wide open, but when you got people draped all over, you don't often see that. And Eden's made 2 or 3 big catches tonight with Edgerton defenders draped all over him. So, answer your question. Short answer, Angie, crossing routes.
Okay. See, Edgerton, we continue to watch their defensive adjustments also as the night goes on. 2 receivers left. 2 receivers and a wing to the right. Sapp empty on 2nd down and 10 from the Edgerton 14. Sapp with time, 4 down linemen trying to twist their way to the quarterback. Step up and throw. It is almost picked off. Good read on the football by Scotty Krantz, who stepped in front of Radeball to almost pick it off at the goal line.
Like the play call, crossing routes across the middle. Eden had 2 guys trying to, again, break up that man-to-man coverage, but Scotty Krantz, what a great break on the ball, almost picked it off.
You called a game or 2, is that OC?
Back in the day.
Yep. 3rd down and 10 coming up from the 14 of Edgerton. Bombers have been in Edgerton territory every drive. Have scored once, stopped another time. Can they finish here? Still basically the entire second quarter to go. 11:32 remaining. Cohen Holbert, the only running back. He's to the left of Sapp. 2 receivers both ways. Plenty of time on the play clock at 10. Manbo's in motion out to the left is Dickman. This will be a reverse, and rolling right is going to be, and getting it is Radeball. 10, 5, and fighting his way for the end zone on the end around is going to be short of the first down, but we'll be short of the end zone, but we'll have the first down.
What a play. Great job on the reverse there. I think Max, by the way the play was designed, had the option to throw the ball as well.
Almost like the Philly special.
But he decided to run the ball and get the first down. I think it was the wise decision.
I agree.
Watching Max run, man, he's pretty to watch, isn't he? He's got a nice stride, doesn't he?
Sure does. 1st and goal from the 2. Hash mark far side.
Some guys, when they run effortlessly, and I think Max Radeball's one of those guys.
And then as you get older, that's nothing but effort.
Oh, you lumber.
Lumber is a great word. 3 receivers left, bunched together. Play action to Holbert. Sapp under duress, floating to the right. Doesn't have anyone to throw to, and now is going to be hammered to the turf back near the 5-yard line. Weaver and company converging there. Walkup was there too.
Yeah, that was a great job. Scotty Krantz, Joe Walkup coming off and finishing off. A great job by stringing the play out to the sideline there by the Dogs.
2nd and goal. Now back at just inside the 5. We'll call it the 4-yard line officially on a 2nd and goal for Eden. Already leading this thing 8-0 on the Andres O'Neill and Lowe scoreboard. 3 receivers go left, make it 4 to the left. 1 receiver to the right. Coverage over the top. Tampa 2 look defensively for Edgerton. Looking, firing, out route. Caught, sidestepping and getting into the end zone is Kendall Brigle. A missed tackle by Sinclair at the goal line. And tiptoeing in for the 2nd score of the night is Brigle.
Yeah, Brigle, Sinclair was in good position there, but credit Brigle, did a nice job of getting really skinny there, turning his body in a way that he could avoid the tackle, and just got into the end zone.
4-yard TD pass. Bryan on the board early in the second. Van Wert leads 13-7 in that one. Eden will go for 2 here. Trips to the right. Twins to the left. Eden up 14-0. Sapp looks over the middle, and it's juggled and caught, and is it in, though? Now they say incomplete, or is he short? Either way, it's not the 2-point conversion. It was juggled and up for grabs, so either Holbert caught it and landed on the 1, or he didn't look it in. I think it was a catch and just short.
Yeah, that's
14-0, our score. Eden with a lead. Back after this.
When it comes to choosing a memorial that represents the lasting memories of a person's life, the Fackler Monument Company in Montpelier, Ohio can create exactly what you are looking for. Like an eagle soaring through the woods etched on a memorial. A bench that has mom and dad's names engraved into the granite to sit and reflect. A picture of the family farm etched on the stone. Or maybe your style is a memorial that has a split headstone with a vase in between for flowers. The Fackler Monument Company of Montpelier, Ohio, serving families in the tri-state area since 1921. 24.
Who doesn't love being number one? When your team's dominating the standings, or your favorite band rocks the charts at number one, it feels good, right? Kind of like how it feels when you have auto insurance with State Farm. Because making you feel like number one is an honor your local State Farm agent takes seriously. Through the good times and not so good, your State Farm agent's proud to be here to help life go right.
Call your State Farm agent, Jody Herman, in downtown Archbold today.
Patrick Henry 21, Hicksville nothing, Archbold 14, Genoa 7. Couple of updates there. Meanwhile, Antwerp leads Montpelier 27-6. Fort Recovery a 16-12 lead over Wayne Trace early in the second quarter. Here it is 14-0. Edon off to a great start here. They got a touchdown running with Cohen Hulbert and a touchdown receiving sap to Kendall Brigle. Up man making the grab is Caden Sinclair. He's got some room across the 40 to the 41-yard line before Cole Olds brings him down. So now, and again, this isn't make or break the football game, but boy, Sir Brody Flagel would sure feel a lot better if they got something going offensively and could finish with some points here in this second quarter. Yeah, maybe this drive.
The game's not over by any stretch of the imagination, and Edgerton's done some things offensively. So, again, I think they've got to get back to the basics, get the ball in Owen Ross' hands, Scotty Kronz's hands, and get the ball between the tackles. That's been their most effective kind of offensive running. The ball is between the tackles, not on the perimeter.
We've seen Baker and Kronz take snaps tonight at quarterback. Here comes Kronz in motion with a jet sweep. They give it to him. Kronz trying to get the edge. Good block on the outside. Has it. 40, 50, 40. Cut back 35. Still on his feet. Kronz down to the 25-yard line. Best play of the night for Edgerton. A gain of 34.
Well, it wasn't between the tackles, but it was to Scotty Kronz there. Again, nice job. Great job on blocking on the perimeter, and Scotty Kronz using that athleticism and speed gets to the corner.
34 on the run. It'll be 1st and 10 Edgerton to the 25 of Edon now.
Andy, if my stats are right, Owen Ross only carried the ball one time so far. Let's see if Edgerton gets him involved a little bit more.
Roth is in the backfield right now. Man comes in motion, walk up. They fake to walk up. They give to Kronz, but they run into the arms of big old number 78, Parker Kelly. 6 foot, 249-pound junior. Brings him down. He does battle his way for a yard, so it'll be 2nd down and 9.
Yeah, that was Owen Roth that time. He can see the power. Again, Parker Kelly, a really big, strong kid, made a great defensive play there. But the strength, again, of Owen Roth carrying him a couple yards forward, I think it would behoove Edgerton to get the ball to Owen Roth a little bit more this second quarter.
2 receivers left, 1 receiver right, tight end to the right. Roth the only running back for Baker on 2nd down and 9. Baker wants to throw. Downfield, it's a wobbler. It's up for grabs, and making an adjustment on the football beautifully to make the catch is Scotty Kronz. He went and snatched it away from Gallahue and Radabaugh. It's a 1st and goal at the 1, a gain of 23.
How good Scotty Kronz been this game, Andy, offensively and defensively. Just as soon as alone, 2 huge plays.
That was Kronz finding the football before the 2 Bombers did, and then he went and got the football. Kronz now will take the snap. Straight ahead run. He is bulldozed by Hulbert for a loss on the play, back to maybe the 2 or 3. Big time play by Cohen Hulbert, busting through and crushing the runner.
Yeah, nice physical linebacker, about 200, 205 pounds. There's junior for the Bombers.
Loss of 1, so it'll be 2nd and goal at the 2. 8:40 to go in the first half. 14-0 Edon. Edgerton, first real threat of the night. 2 halfbacks will now flip over, and they'll go kind of an unbalanced backfield to the left side. Roth, they run behind Roth. Bouncing outside is Kronz. He's got the edge. He's got the touchdown. Scotty Kronz with a 2-yard TD run, and the Bulldogs are on the board for the first time this season.
Well, that was the Scotty Kronz show there, that series, Andy. Again, a great 35-yard run around the end on the jet sweep.
And a late flag. And I think it's either taunting.
Yeah.
It's going to be a dead ball personal foul, and there was either too much chatter afterwards, is my guess. I was going to say a hit, but I don't think I saw a hit. It's going to be too much talking on Edon. So it'll be enforced on the kickoff. Edgerton will keep their offense out there. Sorry, didn't mean to interrupt you. Go ahead.
Well, I was just saying, again, Scotty Cronch showed that last series. Again, the 35-yard jet sweep, and then Baker, nice throw. Scotty Cronch catching the ball at the very height of the pass in between two Eden defenders, and then, of course, finishing off there with this last 3-yard run.
Want to correct myself. They will kick the extra point. Herman to hold. Parker Eldon to kick it. Had a successful freshman season kicking. It's a 14-6 game right now.
What a big response there by the Dogs, Andy. Everything going Eden's way. They come down, score, and now we got a ball game again.
8:27 left in this first half. Snap, spot, kick on the way, and the extra point is good. New score on the Andres O'Neill and Lowe scoreboard. Eden 14, Edgerton 7. This is week 1 of high school football on B-Rock Sports.
You know where to go when your vehicle has been in an accident, but why should you take that same vehicle to Jason Dietz Collision and Service when you need an oil change, brake job, or any other routine maintenance? It's because Dave Brown and Sam Bailey have 60 years of combined experience diagnosing and repairing domestic, foreign, and classic automobiles. They have a state-of-the-art alignment machine that ensures a perfect alignment every time, and the training and expertise to fix your problem the first time. So whether it's a crash or take your vehicle to Jason Dietz Collision and Service.
Nay Oil Company supplies heating oil, gasoline, diesel, kerosene, and propane for your home, farm, or business throughout Northwest Ohio with dependable service and competitive pricing. Call 1-800-962-9839 or stop by Nay Oil in Nay, serving you with dependable service since 1927. It's the Nay Oil Company. Nay Oil Company would like to wish all the athletes good luck in today's game.
14-7, Eden with the lead on the Andres O'Neill and Lowe scoreboard, and now you assess the personal foul penalty, and Edgerton will be kicking off from the Eden side of the field. Now, you can either boom it into the end zone, try to get that touchback and pin them, or this is as good a time as any to maybe roll one and maybe steal a possession if you can, if you want to go a little onside here, Fozzie.
Maybe. Again, that's one way to look at it, or another way would be to try to pin Eden back into their end zone area. Parker Eldon, the kicker. Coach Flagel likes him a lot, says he's an outstanding young kicker. So, yeah, either way.
New ball game.
I think I'd probably kick it deep, though. Put it in the end zone. Or at least pin him back.
Ball and Dickman are deep. Tigers and Guardians are scoreless in the second. This will be a touchback. So it'll be first down and 10. Eden will have their 4th possession of the night. Next week, we will be in Eden. Get our look at the much hyped and much advertised Antwerp Archers, who will be in Eden next week. That could be high-flying offense. We'll be there for that one. Many feel like Antwerp is 10-0, and if barring any health issues to key players, that's certainly very, very doable.
I'm one of them. Lost only 2 starters last year off of a undefeated team.
Trips to the right, twins to the left, 1st and 10 for Eden at the 20. An out route that is underthrown by Sapp that time as he one-hops his intended target, Christian Owens. Coverage on the near side by Caden Sinclair.
Pressure by Noah Weaver off the edge in the outside linebacker position.
So it'll be 2nd down and 10. I want to also say hi, Foz. One of you and I's favorite people listening tonight, Carrie Keese, tuned in to us tonight.
Is she? She's awesome. Yeah. The Diesels.
We love Carrie. And her husband, we love Carrie. And her husband did a great job with the hot. I mean, you had 12.
I had only one, Angie.
I saw more than one. I think you snuck 6 or 7 in, but Diesel took care of you, though. I mean, he knows how to do a cheese dog. Back to throw Sapp. Far side, a screen. It is caught. It's a loss of a couple on the play. Good job reading and reacting to the football.
Boy, and you can see the energy level right now just kind of switched to the Edgerton side after that touchdown, and the Dogs, everything's kind of elevated right now. The emotion, they seem to be running a little bit faster. We got a ball game here.
3rd and a dozen now, and it's Eden. As Mike, I guess just the best way to finish that thought, it's Eden on their heels now because of what Edgerton is doing on both sides. So 3rd and 12, 14-7 Eden. Sapp wants to throw. looks over the middle, crossing route, caught, a lot of running room, way to ball, 30, 35, 40, pushed out of bounds by Baker near midfield, and there is what Mike talked about earlier, the crossers.
Yeah, just like that. Again, all the momentum on Edgerton's side, and Kyler Sapp with a great crossing route to Cohen Holbert. Puts a damper on how things were going for the Dogs.
Sure does. And a big pickup of 26 on 3rd and 11.
Those money downs are so important. 3rd down, you got to get off if you're a defense, and you got to convert if you're an offense. That's where games are won and lost.
7.5 to go. First half of football here on a sparkling Friday night. Temperatures are going to fall back into the 60s here. We're going to see 50s overnight tonight. Play clock down to 7. 3 receivers bunched left. 1 receiver right, 1 running back. Sapp got a high snap. Now is flush to the left. On the move. Looks, dumps to the near side, and it's incomplete. Really was throwing that one away. Gallahue was the intended receiver, but it was too far out of bounds. Yeah. So 2nd and 10.
Nice job. Again, week 1, high school football. Oftentimes, what do you see with teams that are shotguns? Some bad snaps. Now, we've got a long way to go here, but so far we've seen no bad snaps. Nope. By the Dogs and by the Bomber, either one of them.
You're listening to high school football on WBNO FM in Bryan. 14-7, Edon on the Andres and Illinois scoreboard. Bombers have a 2nd and 10 at their own 45. They're going to readjust the play clock here.
And, Andy, penalties.
Yeah.
How many penalties have we seen? 2, I think.
Yeah.
Now, it's a well-officiated game. There's a great flow. The officials have something to do with that, but credit both teams.
2 receivers both way. Holbert, the running back. Sapp fakes the bubble. Sapp under pressure. Sapp looks, slings one down the field. That's underthrown, and there's going to be a flag. Trying to come back to get to the football for Edon was Gallahue. Defended and a little too aggressive. Baker on that outside, and flags all over the field.
I think it's a good call. He certainly did. And there's no such thing as an uncatchable ball in high school football. Okay, so take that into account. So I think it's a good call. Gallahue wasn't going to catch that ball. It was severely underthrown by Sapp, and Baker did hold him. So a lot of fans on the Edgerton side will be saying there's no way he was going to catch that. Doesn't matter in high school ball.
So the mark off of the penalty takes Edon to plus territory to the Edgerton 40. It will be a 1st down and 10. Edon trying to answer the Edgerton score and retake Uncle Mo that Edgerton had grabbed. Edon breaking the huddle, coming to the line of scrimmage. 2 receivers left, 2 receivers right. Holbert, the lone running back, on the right hip of Sapp. 1st and 10 at the 40. Holbert comes in motion to the near side, quarterback draw. Bouncing to the outside to the right is Sapp. Has 5. Steps out of bounds near the 1st down marker, but going to be actually well short of it. Had a tough angle for us to see. They bring him back to the 34. They need the 30, but still a gain of 6 on the play. The Edon touchdown drive tonight, 17 plays to open the game, 74 yards. And then took a 14-0 lead. Sapp to Brigle on a TD pass. Holbert had the initial touchdown of the night. Krantz a 2-yard TD run for the Edgerton score. Trips to the left, twins to the right. 2nd and 4, Edon at the 34 of Edgerton. Bombers up 14-7. Sapp to throw. Steps up and is going to be smoked. Great job defensively. Sean Murphy, the first man that got home. Yeah. And Noah Weaver was there too.
Yeah, good job by Sean Murphy, putting his hand out. Almost was a horse collar, but I think the official appropriately did not call the flag there. Good job, Sean Murphy. We've called his name a couple times tonight.
Loss of 6, so now it's back to 3rd and 10. Edon has been living dangerously, but they have been converting these 3rd and 4th longs consistently here in the first half.
You said it, Andy, and if you say that's the one thing that's been glaring in this game, it's been Edon's ability to convert on 3rd down and on 4th down a couple times.
Timeout on the field. 6:29 left in the first half. It's the Bombers taking a timeout, and it's Edon on top of Edgerton, 14-7.
Are you a bow hunter or just love the sport of archery? Need ammo or a new rifle? The best place to find it all is at Knocking Point Outfitters, the only gun and archery shop in Northwest Ohio, with a huge selection of bows including Matthews, Mission, PSE, and Bear. A large selection of all your favorite rifles, shotguns, and pistols. With their indoor archery range, Knocking Point Outfitters offers lessons for beginners to advanced shooters, team building, corporate events, and youth archery programs. Let their staff help you find the right bow or gun along with accessories that best fit your needs. They're located on County Road 17, 1 mile south of US 6. Knocking Point Outfitters, the starting point for every perfect shot.
Andy Brigle, Mike Bumb, 3rd and 10 coming up here for Edon. So glad you could be with us here on opening night of high school football. 6:29 left in the first half. Edon 14-7 with the lead, and a critical 3rd down coming up here.
Yeah,
Edon, by the way, out of timeouts in this first half.
Yeah, I mean, I said if you'd asked me to say one thing that you can say that's been glaring so far, it's been Edon's ability to convert on 3rd downs so far this half. So really important down for Edgerton to try to get off the field here, get their offense on, and hopefully if you're an Edgerton Bulldog fan, put together some kind of a series here and go into halftime tied, but we'll see what happens here on 3rd down.
Hash mark far side, 3rd and 10. 3 receivers right, bunched together. That's the short side of the field, 2 to the left. Now coming in motion to the near side is Hulbert. They fake the bubble to him. Go back to the far side, plenty of room, and Gallahue wakes the grab, tiptoes out of bounds, needed 10, got 11, and that's a stick mover again for Edon.
Well conceived play there by Edon. Nice play action fake, everything going one direction. Sapp turns and throws back across his body for the conversion.
Bob will tell you he's in it 45 years for a reason. He has no other hobbies. He's drawn these plays up on probably the 4th of July in the middle of the day, right? He's a ball coach, just a ball coach.
You better believe it.
And I'm not far off probably on that estimation.
Yeah.
So 1st and 10 now from the 29. 3 receivers left, 1 to the right, Hulbert in the backfield. They'll belly it up and pull it out on him. Sapp steps away from trouble, throws on the run, pass is caught. It's a gain of about 5 or 6. Reception is made by Radabaugh, taken out of bounds by Jackson Flower. Wasion pounding Fairview now 42-0, so they'll be starting that second half in a running clock.
Teams better be nice to Fairview this year, okay, because they're going to be good again. They got a really good freshman class. They've struggled a lot last year. That was a team that really, really struggled. Probably going to struggle a little bit this year, but they're going to be fine. A couple of years, Fairview's not bad for very long.
2nd down and 2. Remember, Edon has no timeouts, and they're not near the line of scrimmage. There is a lot of confusion. This is going to be a penalty.
No.
I mean, they had no option. They have no timeouts left. So 5 yards back, and that'll be 2nd and 7 for this Edon offense. We're at the 6:12 mark here of the first half of play of this second quarter. Edgerton, by the way, 2 timeouts remaining in the first half. So 2nd down and 7 back at the 27-yard line of Edgerton. Bombers up a score, 14-7. Play clock down to 10 now, as Edon now heads to the line of scrimmage finally. 4 receivers left, 1 receiver to the right. Play clock at 3. At 2, still not set. At 1, they just got that one off. Bubble screen to the near side, Hulbert at the 30. Hulbert to the 25. We're going to get a hold on the outside on a Edon wide receiver, so this is going to be coming back.
Yeah, I don't want to say the word not organized, but just very casual the last couple plays there by Edon, and not getting up to the line of scrimmage, not getting the call in, whatever it is, and just not very sharp those last couple plays.
So the hold on Edon, and they are in retreat mode now, halfway through quarter number 2. Interested to hear your thoughts here at halftime, Foz, on league races and teams, and we have that depth of teams that can make the playoffs, so that's always, I guess I want to find out about your thoughts on league races, knowing that the playoffs are there for 5-5, 6-4 teams, sometimes even 4-6 if you find the right wins. Napoleon last year hovered around that mark and got in. So 3 receivers right, 2 to the left. 2nd down, back at the 34-yard line now. It's 2nd and 18. Sapp 5 wide. Sapp looks left. Pressure again. Rolling to the right, going to run. 35, 30, 25. Gets through a couple of would-be tacklers. Great job on an individual effort to get 10 or 11 on the run.
He got a few more than that, Andy. I think he put him in a situation. Sapp did. Now, at least my angle's a little bit off.
No, it's 21. You're right. He got closer to 15.
Yeah, he's 3rd and 2 here. So, again, a great play by extending the play by Sapp with his legs. And Edon's got 2 downs now to get this last 2 yards.
So 3rd and a short 2 here, and it's a quarterback draw. Sapp banging his way, powering his way now inside the 15 to move the chains for an Edon first down. On 3rd and 2, he gets 6. Edon with a first down and 10 now at the 15. Edon 14, Edgerton 7 on the Andres O'Neill and Lowe scoreboard. 5.5 to go in the first half. Another double-digit play drive here. 3 receivers left, 1 to the right. Hulbert in the backfield. They'll give it to Hulbert. And Edon moved, so that'll bring him back 5. A 3rd penalty on this drive.
Yeah, it's just, the fans have been calling for that the last few times. And I think they're going to get it on Sapp. Sapp's moving a lot before the snap going forward.
Exactly
and I think the Edgerton fans are right when they say that. And the officials talking to Sapp, you got to be set.
That one where he got the yardage to get him within the 2 or 3, he was taken off, well before the football.
You know what?
And if you can get away with it, right?
Hey, these officials up there got good flow, right? And we like that. We like.
You're a former basketball official. It's all about flow.
You got to let kids play a little bit. Don't call the marginal stuff, but I think that last couple was pretty obvious. So they're doing a good job tonight.
1st and 15. Double slot look. Hulbert in the backfield on 1st and 15. Now they'll bring Hulbert in motion on the near side. Pump to him left. Look to the right. Nothing there. Now Sapp has to maneuver to the right. On the move. Throwing back over the middle. Throwing up for Raider ball. Had it in his hands, but could not bring it home, and it's incomplete.
Ooh, couple things there. What do they say? The old Cardinal rule, unless you're Pat Mahomes, never throw across your body. He did. Could have been picked. Radeball is in a position there. He could have made that catch. Should have made that catch, and normally Max Radeball will make that catch. Just took his eyes off it.
2nd and 15 now for this Edon offense. Clock stopped at 4:51 to go in the first half. 14-7 our score. Edon in front. Trips to the right. That's the short side of the field. Twins to the left. Sapp to throw again. Looks left. Slings it, and Owens can't bring it in. Kind of alligator arm that one, and it'll be 3rd and long. 3rd and 15 from the 20.
How about this field here today, though? Very well manicured, Angie, isn't it?
That's a good call.
Yeah, the bulldog paint out there is really cool. Edgerton alum Kyle Leppelmeyer is the head groundskeeper at Toledo Mud Hens.
Sure is. Way to slip that in there, too.
Why don't I throw that in there?
5 wide, 3 to the left on 3rd and 15. Sapp slings the out route. Pass is caught on the far side of the field by Colton Willis. They'll mark him at, the 7? That would leave them with a 4th and 7. So 4th and 7 from the 11. This is the 14th play of this Edon drive. 14-7 is the score. On 4th and 7 at the 11. Sapp on a quick snap. Sapp is hit. Spins away from Weaver. Now Sapp running for his life. Throws towards the end zone. Picked off. Krantz at the goal line to the 10 and wrestled down at about the 15. Sapp was just trying to keep a play alive and hope for the best and throw it toward the end zone, but Krantz, playing center field, gets the INT to kill the Bomber threat.
Big stop by the Bulldogs. And how about Scotty Krantz once again coming up, not only on the offensive side, but now an interception on the defensive side. And they're lucky that offensive lineman got him down. He gets the corner. He could have taken that to the house. So great play by Scotty Krantz.
49-0 Wauseon with the lead over Fairview. So now it'll be Baker coming out with a snap from the 15, gives to the inside to Roth. Roth gets about 5, churning his way out toward the 20-yard line. Coming up and being a part of the tackle Cole Olds, Mason Pinkham.
I like how Evan Stark, number 54, just finishes the block that time with a little bit of attitude. Over there at the number 54 in the left tackle spot.
That'd be Evan Stark.
Yeah.
Second down, and we'll call it 6 from the 18-yard line. Halfback on either side of Baker, one receiver both ways. Edon showing blitz. Coming with the blitz, Krantz as a run to the 19-yard line, gain of 1, so it'll be 3rd down and 5. A mouth guard came flying out there on that hit. Coming up, Kelly got a part of the tackle. 3rd and 5.
Keep in mind now, no timeouts for Edon, so even if they get a stop here to try to conserve some ticks on the clock, can't do that. So look for Edgerton, I think, maybe to stay on the ground here, Andy.
So 2 receivers left, 1 receiver to the right. Man coming in motion. They give it on the jet sweep to Kepler. Kepler out across the 20, near the 25-yard line. Should have enough for the first down and does as he picks up 6. Olds on the tackle.
Yeah, great call. Put that in the back of your mind, Andy. When Edgerton needs a big play, a 5-yard play, they've had success on that jet sweep. And it's low-risk kind of a play.
So it'll be 1st and 10 Edgerton at their own 25.
And that's huge with no timeouts for Edon. Now Edgerton, if they take care of business here, worst-case scenario is they go down by a score.
Krantz is in at quarterback. Roth is in the backfield. Baker stays on the field as a wideout in the slot. Krantz through traffic, cannot weave his way. Hulbert and Sapp came up to greet him at the 25-yard line for no gain. So it'll be 2nd down and 10 from the 25. Actually, they're going to say, yep, okay, line of scrimmage. So 2nd down and 10, clock down to 2.5 to go in the first half. Edgerton does have a pair of timeouts left. Edon leading it 14-7 on the Andres O'Neill and Lowe scoreboard. It's Baker back at quarterback. Baker will have Murphy in the backfield with him. 3 receivers to the far side. They throw a screen here to the near side. Baker hurried that, and closing quickly was Gage Nestor, a sophomore who almost came up with a pick. Now, that stops the clock on 3rd down.
Yeah, and that's what I was going to say. Again, I get that they're trying to score. I get that, and they've got to throw the ball a little bit, but the disadvantage of that with Edon not having any timeouts is it does organically stop the clock now. Edon gets a stop here, they're going to get the ball back.
Yeah, I was going to say, what do you call, Mike Bumb? Put the headset back on.
I think it looks like they're going to run the ball or a quarterback draw because it's empty backfield, but I'd run the ball.
Play clock at 9. Actually, I think they're going to bring it all down, and now Brody Flagle wants a timeout. 2:11 left, first half of football. Edon 14, Edgerton 7 on B-Rock Sports.
When you're on the road this summer, your rewards checking account at Midwest Community has deals from coast to coast that you can access online or in the app. It goes where you go, so you never miss a sweet deal on dining, hotels, entertainment, and more. And if you're stuck on the side of the road, just use the built-in roadside assistance to get back up and running. You also get cell phone protection, ID theft aid, and more, all included with your rewards checking account. It's banking that connects to life in all the ways you do. Learn more today at MidwestCommunity.org.
A good one at the intermission. Fort Recovery 22, Wayne Trace 18 in week 1. We'll take a look at some of the matchups on paper matchups that are happening tonight. Not on paper, but games that are being played tonight. We'll talk about that. But on paper, we want to get Mike's thoughts on conference races and potential here at our Main Stops halftime show. So here it's 14-7 Edon, 2:11 left first half. Edgerton with a 3rd and 10 at their own 25. Edgerton down to 1 timeout. Edon is without timeouts. Baker is your quarterback. He has Krantz and Herman to the right. Walkup and Weaver to the left, and also to the left in the slot spot is Murphy. Throw over the middle is caught, and it is going to be grabbed by Krantz, and playing way off him was Gallahue, and he muscles his way to the 45, a gain of 30 on the play.
Huge play. Outstanding throw there by Maddox Baker across the middle.
Confident throw, wasn't it?
Confident throw on the money. Hits Scotty Krantz, again, the guy that's really been Mr. Everything here, and again, I was playing the conservative way. Brody Flagle says, no, I'm not going to do that. I'm going to try to score here before the half, and the Dogs convert.
Trips to the left. Twins to the right. 1st and 10, Edgerton at the 45. They bring Roth in motion, give it to him on the jet sweep. Cut back 45, 40, penalty marker down, and this is going to negate a 15-yard run.
Yeah, and I think it's probably a good call. 75, again, the returning starter, only returning starter, Elijah Martin, and one of the best offensive linemen. Got his hands a little bit too wide on the shoulder pad there of Edon. Didn't really need to do it, I don't think, because there was a natural crease there, but...
Wipe away 16 on the run.
Yeah.
So now 1st and long.
That jet sweep, again, that Edon has not stopped the jet sweep yet.
Whether it's Roth getting it or whether it's Krantz getting it, you're right. And Brody Flagel now can be called a seasoned OC/head coach. Keep going to the well until they stop it, right?
Yeah, well, he's a good one. He's a good head coach.
1st and 20. He gave you a few nightmares as a player, didn't he?
Oh, man, he was good when he was a player. He was legit.
1st and 20 from their own 45-yard line now, Edgerton. 2 receivers and a wing to the right. 2 receivers go to the left. Baker, the quarterback. They're going to roll him right. Baker throws a little out route. Pass is going to be caught. Staying in bounds is Herman. Got about 5-6 extra yards. So from 1st and 20 now to 2nd and 11, gain of 9.
That's a little athletic play there by Herman. Instead of going out of bounds like most people would, he turns on a dime and gets a few extra.
1:20 to go in the first half. 14-7 Edon on the Andres O'Neill scoreboard. 46-yard line of Edon. 4 down linemen for the Bombers. Play clock, still plenty of time there at 20. Krantz and Baker in the backfield. Baker, the quarterback, gives to Krantz. 45, 40, running downhill before he is tackled on the play by Sapp and Chrisman.
I got to think we're going to see the jet sweep at least one more time here before the half in some capacity.
It's a 3rd and 2. Remember, Edgerton has 1 timeout left and going to go quickly to the line of scrimmage.
They better get moving here if they're not going to use that timeout.
40 seconds left. Krantz is the quarterback now. Roth in the backfield. Low snap. It's on the turf. Krantz gets on it back at the 42-yard line. Brody Flagel going to have to use that last timeout and does.
Yeah, that hurts. That's the first bad snap by either team that we've seen tonight. And it was in a tempo set there where the Dogs were trying to get a playoff really quick.
So a loss of 5 back to the 42. We'll stay here for the critical 3rd and 7. So 3rd and 7, 34.6 left in the first half. You have the 3rd and 7 at the 42. Yeah. Call it for us,
jet sweep,
Maestro.
Jet sweep. It's got to be, right? Either to Roth or to Krantz. They haven't stopped it yet. Edgerton's not a great passing team. I think the percentages are it's got to be a jet sweep. Don't you, Angie?
I think that's a great call. I would agree with that. Because as you said, Edon has shown zero capability of coming up and making that stop here this evening. So no timeouts left for either team. Bombers lead the Dogs 14-7 in what we hoped would happen, has happened here tonight in a very hard-hitting, intense, but clean first half.
Sure has been.
Officially, it'll be 3rd and 6 for Edgerton as they mark the football at the 41. First 3 weeks, actually our first 4 weeks of football are set. Edon Antwerp next week, Edgerton Montpelier in week 3, Stritch and Montpelier in week 4. Good to see Cardinal Stritch back playing football and doing it at the 11-man level. 5 wide look, 3 receivers right, 2 receivers to the left. Baker is the quarterback. Krantz is your slot receiver to the right side here.
Yeah, you got to keep an eye on Krantz or Roth, both to the same side this time. So those are your 2 big hitters that could take it the distance for the Dogs.
They're making sure, now the down marker says 4th. We had 3rd, so perhaps we were off. They're making sure that they have it right. It's down marker now has 4th and 6 at the 41.
The scoreboard still has 3rd down.
Yeah. So it's 4th down and 6, we believe. 5 wide, trips to the right, 2 receivers left. Baker, the quarterback. Pressure off the edge from Holbert. Baker, just as he's ready to get hit, throws it up for grab. Broken up by Sapp at the last minute.
Yeah.
And Baker was level just as he delivered the football.
He was. That ball hung up there for a long time, and Sapp knocked it down. Now, the thing that you want to keep an eye on. Kyler Sapp right now is slow to get up.
Well, then you got Telly.
I think he's going to be okay, but he's really slow right now and kind of walking that off. And that is something, if you're an Edon fan, you cannot afford to see.
And that changes what you want to do here.
You know what? The way he's looking, the body language, I know we're not doctors, but I'm going to diagnose it with getting the wind knocked out of him. I think he's okay. Look, he's puking there. So maybe that's just a shot in the stomach area.
Play clock hasn't started. They have just spotted the football. They may be, they're all tight. They're taking a knee here, and it's going to the locker room.
Looks like I don't know what it is, but it looks like he maybe just got the wind knocked out. Let's hope that's all it is.
Yeah. And that's going to do it for the first half. Come on back because we're going to have football and medical analysis from Mike Bumb. You're not the best color man in the business for nothing. What a good first half. What a great night to start football on a beautiful night for football. 14-7 our score. Edon with the lead. And we'll come back with the Main Stops halftime show in just a moment.
Statistics show that for most crops, pivot irrigation increases yields by at least 100% over dryland farming. Even in areas that get enough rainfall, timing is everything. If it doesn't come at just the right time, you could be losing yield. Maximize your production with pivots and linears from Valley Irrigation. Make the most of your acres. Contact Andy Farnham at AG Irrigation today, 419-212-2528. That's 419-212-2528.
When it comes to choosing a memorial that represents the lasting memories of a person's life, the Fackler Monument Company in Montpelier, Ohio can create exactly what you are looking for, like an eagle soaring through the woods etched on a memorial, a bench that has mom and dad's names engraved into the granite to sit and reflect, a picture of the family farm etched on the stone, or maybe your style is a memorial that has a split headstone with a vase in between for flowers. The Fackler Monument Company of Montpelier, Ohio, serving families in the tri-state area since 1924.
Precise Metal Form, 810 Commerce Drive in Bryan, wants to say good luck to the Edon Bombers in tonight's athletic contest. Precise Metal Form is a proud supporter of Edon Bomber athletics, both boys and girls sports. Precise Metal Form in Bryan, saluting the athletes on all of their hard work and wishing them the best of luck in this athletic contest. Precise Metal Form, 810 Commerce Drive in Bryan, saying go Bombers in this game.
You know texting while driving is dangerous. That's not new information, yet most people admit to doing it anyways. Drivers are 23 times more likely to be involved in a car accident while texting. Know the facts and wait to text. The danger is real and it applies to you. Auto Owners Insurance, the no-problem people. Visit Andrews O'Neill & Lowe with offices in Archbold, Bryan, or Wauseon, or visit us online at andrewsoneillandlowe.com.
Your home is the one place where everything should be perfect, including your air. Starks Plumbing and Heating Services helps you achieve the perfect air you deserve with reliable, groundbreaking, award-winning Lennox products. Call Starks Plumbing and Heating Services and see how soon you can get a Lennox home comfort system that'll help improve your health and your mood. It doesn't get any more perfect than that. Call us today at 1-800-329-4040 or visit us at starksphs.com.
Halftime here in Edgerton. We're at Stauffer Field, and this is the Main Stops of Northwest Ohio halftime show. Our score at the break is 14-7. Looked like Edon early momentum, maybe, I don't want to say run away, but it looked like they might grab control of this game pretty early. They took the opening kickoff and went 74 yards in 17 plays. A Cohen Hulbert 1-yard TD pass finished the drive, and then they went for two and got it to make it 8-0. An Edgerton punt, then Edon would again drive but give it up on downs. Edgerton would get it back and be stopped on downs, going for it on Edon's side of the field, or in their own territory. And then Edon, after getting the stop, would take over at the Edgerton 36. 8 plays later, they would get into the end zone. Kyler Sapp would find Kendall Brigle on a 4-yard TD pass, and that made it 14-0 after they went for two and had it denied. Edgerton would get the ball at their own 41-yard line and go on their scoring drive of the night, a 6-play, 59-yard drive finished by Scotty Kronz's 2-yard TD run. An interception then thrown by Edon Edgerton would give it up on downs, and then Edon would take a knee as both teams had burned their timeouts in the first half, and that's where we stand, 14-7. So we turn things over to Mike Bumb. I want to get your overall thoughts on this first half, just as a general sense of things here as we get our first half of high school football in on this Friday night.
Well, we'll start with Edgerton. Credit them for being very resilient. It looked like, again, like you said, not necessarily getting out of hand, but it looked like Edon was in firm control. They made a couple big stops defensively, got some things going offensively, predominantly with the running game on the jet sweep. Edon still has not defended that very well. That's got to be the number one thing they talk about in halftime. And they've competed and made this. And again, I don't want to say they were in scoring position there that last drive before half, but again was getting some things going there. And had they scored, they'd be tied up here. So credit their resilience. On the other side, Edon, I think the glaring thing is their conversions on third down. They've converted 4 of 8 third down conversions, 2 for 3 fourth down conversions, and that's extended drives late when Edgerton could get off the field. What would I like to see in the second half, I guess, as a fan here, not caring who wins the ball of the game? I'd like to see Owen Roth get some more touches. Again, Scotty Krantz has been great, and he's got to get the ball a lot. He's been arguably, he has been the best player so far this half. He and Sapp on the other side, he's made some big plays. But I'd like to see Owen Roth when he's got limited touches, when he has had the ball in his hands. He's physical. He's tough to take down. And as you start to get into that second half, when the body blows start to take their toll a little bit, and it's not as fun to come up and put the shoulder pads on somebody. That's when I think an Owen Roth can be most effectively. Overall, been pretty pleased with how Edgerton's offensive line has performed.
Yeah,
4 or 5 guys gone from last year. I think they've done a nice job of run blocking. They're not going to be a great passing team this year. They're just going to have to pick and choose their spots. But overall, been impressed with them. But the two big athletes on the Edgerton sides that have been glaring have been Krantz and Owen Roth. On the Edon side, Andy, a lot of what we thought. Kyler Sapp extended plays with his legs. Don't think that they protect him exceptionally well. I think Sapp's just kind of got the ball out quickly and got the ball to their athletes' hands a couple times. So that's something maybe Edon can do a little bit better job. Edon's not going to run the ball. Kind of like Edgerton's not going to make a living this year off throwing the ball. Edon's not going to make, because that's not what Bob Owen does. They're not going to make a living running the football. So, they've got to find ways, as Coach Owen does so well, of making those pass plays, those little out plays, like extended run plays. And so what they do. The health of Sapp would be something concerning. I think it's just a wind knocked out of him. Didn't look like it was going to be a big deal, but certainly he's a kid you can't lose in the second half. And I think this it's going to be incumbent on Edgerton to try to get short fields. And against special teams, they like the kicker, and the Eldon kid's done a nice job. They're going to have to generate something special teams-wise to get a short field where they're going downhill. And they got a chance to win this. It's been a competitive game.
Going to step aside on the Main Stops halftime show. We'll check in with our Ben Murray and check out some other scores of games around Northwest Ohio. And then when we come back to us in Edgerton, we're going to talk conferences and preview a little bit of our local conferences, NWAL, GMC, and TAC for sure. Maybe dabble a little bit in the WBL and NLL if time permits. But first, a score update after this commercial break. Our Main Stops halftime show. The score is Edon 14, Edgerton 7.
This spring, pick your power. Steel fuel-powered equipment delivers proven performance and efficiency, and the Steel Lightning battery system delivers the power to do more on a single charge. Get the all-new BGA 45 battery-powered blower for just $129.95, or pick the popular MS-170 chainsaw for just $179.95. Pick your power, and then pick up a Steel. All prices BES SRP at participating retailers.
See Black Swamp Equipment or go to blackswampequipment.net.
With an independent insurance agent, you can be sure that you're getting the right coverage at the right price. At Best Insurance and Financial Services, it's all about relationships. We work one-on-one with you to make sure your auto, home, farm, or business is protected by a quality insurance company. That's why we work with Ohio Mutual Insurance Group. We know you can trust Ohio Mutual to protect what matters most to you and your family. Once you see how Ohio Mutual cares for your needs, you'll trust them as well. Give us a call at 419-272-2888. We can recommend the best coverage from the best companies like Ohio Mutual.
Get to Donaldson's Ace Hardware on North Union Street in Bryan and pick up your gallon of paint to finish those outside projects at tremendous prices. Find the newest colors that are trending for 2023 and the best paint on the market. Clark & Kensington. Clark & Kensington paint should be your paint of choice. With excellent coverage, washability, and a lifetime warranty, Clark & Kensington paint with the primer built right in is the only paint you'll ever buy. And Donaldson's Ace Hardware on Union Street in Bryan is ready to help. Ace, the helpful place.
Always supporting student athletes and coaches in the Edon School District, the Edon Athletic Boosters. The Edon Athletic Boosters would like to take this opportunity to salute the student athletes and coaches in tonight's game. Hey, how would you like to be a part of the Edon Athletic Boosters? Come to a meeting and find out what they're all about. Maybe even volunteer at a concession stand. For more information, phone 419-272-3213. The Edon Athletic Boosters, supporting student athletes and coaches in Edon.
And good evening, Northwest Ohio. I am Ben Murray, live in the B-Rock studios with a scoreboard halftime update, brought to you by the Main Stops of Northwest Ohio. Always open when you need them. The Main Stops of Northwest Ohio. Don't forget about Thirsty Thursdays. 79-cent coffee, fountain drinks, and more every Thursday at the Main Stops of Northwest Ohio. In a broadcast game from Edgerton at Stauffer Field with Andy and Mike, has Edon leading Edgerton 14-7. In our sister station broadcast on the Q with Dave Brobston, Van Wert is leading Bryan 27. Wauseon is leading Fairview at half 49-0. Archbald is bombing Genoa 21-7. Your halftime score there. Evergreen leads Elmwood 14-0. Liberty Center is edging Tenor at half 15-14. It is Ayersville leading Delta 15-7 at halftime. Fort Recovery on top of Wayne Trace 22-18. And last check, it was Ottawa Glandorf 12 and Eastwood 7. That is a check of your halftime scoreboard, brought to you by the Main Stops of Northwest Ohio. Always open when you need them. The Main Stops of Northwest Ohio. I'll send it back out to Andy and Mike at Stauffer Field in Edgerton after these messages. Stay with us. This is B-Rock Sports, and I'm your host, Ben Murray.
Michael Jordan once said, some people want it to happen, some wish it would happen, and others make it happen. The Edgerton Bulldogs want it, wish for it, and make it happen. The Edgerton Athletic Boosters want to thank all of the Edgerton athletes for their hard work and dedication, and want to wish the athletes and coaches good luck. So from the Edgerton Athletic Boosters, go get 'em Bulldogs. We're behind you all of the way. Good luck to all the Edgerton athletes.
The more your life changes, the more your insurance needs change. See Danielle Van Atta of Danielle Van Atta Agency today. She can conduct a free personal insurance review to help you determine how much and what type of coverage is right for you, with no costly gaps or overlaps. Interested? Phone Danielle Van Atta today at 419-636-0408.
Fall is a great time to work on your home. Is your home well insulated? Field Supply Center in Blakesley is now stocking the Attic Cat and the Pro Cap blown insulation system. Forget about the dust from the old blown insulation. Attic Cat is the new clean way to insulate your walls and attic. Field Supply Center also offers CertainTeed Landmark shingles, one of the best shingles for your roof. Now is the time to take care of your home. Whether you need insulation, shingles, siding, or window, make Field Supply in Blakesley your first stop.
Edgerton Forge, located on US 6 just outside of Edgerton, are proud supporters of Edgerton Bulldog athletes. Looking for a new career? Apply online at edgertonforge.com/careers or stop in and see them for an application and tour the facility at 257 East Morrison Street in Edgerton, Monday through Friday from 7 a.m. to 1:30 p.m. Join them as they forge into the future. Good luck and play tough tonight. Go Bulldogs!
Main Stops halftime show. Andy Brigle and Mike Bumb back here with you. Want to dive into some conference races. Let's start with the conferences that these two teams are involved in, and we begin with the GMC. Of course, all eyes are on Antwerp. I want you to talk a little bit about Antwerp, obviously, but also I want to dig a little bit deeper in there and teams that possibly could contend, give them games and have a shot maybe at beating an Antwerp, or if not, maybe teams that can be in play for the postseason out of the GMC?
Yeah. First of all, I don't think it's going to be down a little bit this year, the GMC. I think Antwerp's clearly the best team. The team that can challenge them would be Tenora, who's giving Liberty Center all that they can have, and most people think Liberty Center will win the NWAL this year, and if they don't, they're going to be right there at the very top. So Tenora, right down the road, Ayersville, going to be a good, solid football team this year in the GMC. But I think Antwerp at the top, as you said, with Aldemus back at quarterback, with Brewer at wide receiver, with Leasty at running back. Those three players in themselves are arguably the best three in that position field in the whole GMC. And the fact that they were 10-0 last year, regular season, and then they end up only losing two. Now, one of them was the big nose guard, 320 pounds, who was a big part of that defense. That's a big loss, but still, when you're, out of 22 kids, Angie, and you got 20 of them back from an undefeated team, one would have to believe that Antwerp is a team that could not only win their conference again, but maybe win a couple games in the playoffs in the postseason, or maybe even more than that. Yeah. But it's a good football team. But listen, Tenora, new coach. You wonder they're going to,
and they're changing things. It's been
a little bit more.
Yeah, 25 years of the wing T under Kenny Krause, and now Eric Becker in. They're going to make some changes offensively.
Yeah, you know what? You cannot criticize Coach Krause's success over the years. He's been fantastic, but maybe utilize some athletes a little bit more in space. Maybe that's something that will put Tenora over the hump. Not that Kenny Krause never got him over the hump. He certainly did. So we'll see how that transitions and learning that style of offense, something they have not done over the years. But Tenora would be the team I would think would challenge them, with Ayersville right there in the top three of the GMC.
All right, the TAC. Last year it came down to Edon and Ottawa Hills in Week 10. Do we foresee that again this year?
Yeah, I think we do, but I think Ottawa Hills is much better. I think Ottawa Hills is your clear front runner. I think they run the table. Northwood will be in the mix again as well, but I think Ottawa Hills is the clear front runner. Last year made it to the playoffs. What would they end up, 8-2, was it, or something like that?
They were, really good football team.
Yeah, and I don't see anybody beating them this year, but Edon right in there with Northwood. I don't know, Northwood 2 or 3, depending on how you look at it, but I think Ottawa Hills is just a cut above everybody.
Where do you feel like Montpelier figures in, not only to the TAC, but into their season this year?
Believe it or not, I think this is a big thing. They'd have to stay completely healthy. They've only got 21 guys on their roster, but Coach Robinson can put 11 kids out there that are pretty solid. If they get anybody injured, it's really, I mean, more so than any other roster, that even with limited numbers as well. So if they could stay completely healthy, I think Montpelier could get around that 5-win total this year. You're not going to beat some of the upper teams, but have a chance to have a successful season.
All right, let's go to the NWOAL this year. We've talked a lot about Liberty Center. They lost a lot, but they return a lot. We feel like, and so do the coaches, that they are the favorites in the conference. Other teams around them this year that have a shot at that title and or the postseason.
Yeah, Archibald number 1, and then Patrick Henry number 2, I would say. And I think the NWAL is very top-heavy this year. With those 3 teams that I've said, I think are very good. I think probably Wauseon there in that 4th spot. Then probably Bryan. I think your bottom-tier teams are going to struggle a little bit, Swanton, Evergreen, and Delta.
One thing is we back up at Edon and go back to the TAC because we didn't spend a lot of time on their schedule. Antwerp next week. Down the road, they get defending Division 8 state champion in Michigan, in Whiteford, Michigan. You play an Elmwood team that went 12-2 and was in the Division 5 regional final versus Liberty Center last year as well. I mean, that's a tough schedule. Plus, Ottawa Hills in Week 10.
Yeah, and Northwood.
And Northwood,
been the best program in the TAC, yeah. Edon, the last few years, has scheduled really tough, and it's helped them. With those teams that they've had, have success in the postseason. Last year, they just hit the injury bug at the end of the season. I think attrition just kind of set in, and they were just kind of on fumes there at the end of the season there. But Edon's kind of the same way. As I look over there, their numbers are decent, but they've got to stay healthy as well. I think this is still a playoff style of team, but with that schedule, you're not looking at a 9-1, 10-0 type of a team. I think you're looking at more of a 6-4 type of a team.
All right, quickly, we touch on Defiance in the WBL. Big win, 3 in a row now in the River Rock Series over Napoleon. They were a playoff team last year. A lot of people feel like it's Wapak as the favorite this year in the WBL. Napoleon, we touched on briefly. They got to pick up the pieces. Still can have a good season, and they're in the small school league as that NLL has separated just a little bit as well. Just some quick thoughts on those teams and what they can possibly do.
Defiance is on the rise. Do not think they'll contend for a WBL title, but again, they're on the rise. Last year went to the playoffs with 7 wins. So I think that is something to shoot for this year. Again, maybe make another playoff appearance. Like you said, Wapak seems to be the clear front runner. St. Mary's, I've read a little bit that they were going to have a nice team this year too, but I can't speak anything more than that on that. But Defiance, again, Travis Cooper got them going in the right direction.
Coverage tonight of this one, Edon and Edgerton, being brought to you in part by Yarger Flegel Investment Services of downtown Edgerton, Ohio, for all of your investment insurance needs. Remember, Yarger Flegel Investment Services of Edgerton. Main Stop's halftime show. It is 14-7. Edon leading Edgerton. We'll talk second half adjustments when we come back.
This year's Williams County Fair is set to go out with a bang with the last 2 days that can't be beat. You'll find great daily fun in the North Midway Entertainment area with Tactical Mobile Laser Tag and Andy Rott's Entertainment Wild West show the last 2 days. The Pioneer American Legion Post 307 kicks off the home stretch with your Friday activities. Friday's rides open at 5, then the Power Wheels Derby starts at 6 at the Grandstand, followed by the Demolition Derby at 7, brought to you by RE/MAX Preferred Associates, Edgerton Forge, Manufactured Housing Enterprises, Body Works, AJ Door, Winsler Couplings and Metals, Fackler Enterprises, and H&H Window Cleaning and Power Washing. Saturdays just as good and brought to you by Jacoby's Old Smokehouse. Come out for the livestock auction in the morning and stay for the ride starting at 1 and fill up on all your favorite fair food. Then join the final act with the Broken Horn Rodeo at 7, brought to you by Schultz, Huber and Associates. We always love to see it come, but hate to watch it go. So we hope to see you all at the Williams County Fair.
Your friends at your neighborhood Edon Farmers Co-op Country Store would like to invite you to stop in at the Edon, Montpelier, and Edgerton stores to check out their complete line of pet supplies, animal feed, and outdoor products. Their friendly, knowledgeable staff is ready to answer all of your questions concerning their complete line of Kalmbach, Land O'Lakes, and much, much more. For your convenience, your purchase can be carried to your vehicle by one of their employees. Be sure to stop by soon and see them at your hometown country store, the Edon Farmers Co-op.
Nay Oil Company supplies heating oil, gasoline, diesel, kerosene, and propane for your home, farm, or business throughout Northwest Ohio with dependable service and competitive pricing. Call 1-800-962-9839 or stop by Nay Oil in Nay, serving you with dependable service since 1927. It's the Nay Oil Company. Nay Oil Company would like to wish all the athletes good luck in today's game.
Welcome back out here to Edon. We are closing in on the start of the second half here. Let's talk and dive in. Welcome back to Edgerton for Edon and Edgerton. Yes, I do know where we are. We're in Edgerton. Let's talk adjustments. Let's dive in. So Edgerton's down, the team down by a score. Biggest adjustment, and how do they make those adjustments in the second half?
Yeah, good question. I think I like the game plan for their personnel offensively. Jet sweeps have been effectively for Edgerton getting around the perimeter. You'll see a lot more of that. I'd like to see them, as I said before, getting the ball to Owen Roth a little bit more. Scotty Krantz has been fantastic. But I think Brody Flegel has done everything he can to generate offense. It's not going to be a high-scoring team this year, I don't think, like maybe you've seen in the past. From a defensive perspective, again, they're doing a nice job of keeping everything in front of them, eliminate the big play, rally to the football, tighten up a little bit more than maybe what they did that first series. Edgerton did a nice job of taking advantage of maybe some a casual man-to-man or have a little bit of a cushion. So maybe tighten up the man-to-man a little bit, but kind of like what Edgerton's doing right now. Again, like to see him maybe get the ball to Roth a little bit more. Other than that, I think they're doing a nice job.
All right, let's go to the other side. Bob Owens changes.
Well, just conversely, right? You have a yin and a yang. You got to stop. you got to stop the jet sweep. And how do you do that? You got to get some guys a little bit wider and just simply come up and make plays. I'm sure they talked about that during the halftime break. I don't think Edgerton can beat them throwing the football all the way down the field. So maybe let's bring another person in the box area to stop Krantz and Roth when he does get the football. From a defensive perspective, offensively, Eden's going to be Eden. I mean, they've got a very good offensive scheme, and Coach Owen has done this for 45 years. And usually he dials up the right play. You just got to execute it. Protect maybe a little bit better. Sapp's kind of broken away and generated some more time to throw just out of athleticism. I don't know if he's had a lot of clean pockets when he's had to hold on to the ball more than a second. So that's something maybe, but those are things. That's not schematic. Let's just, hey, let's play a little bit better. Let's get in front of them. Let's hold our blocks a little bit longer kind of conversations. That's not really schematic.
Halftime show brought to you by the Main Stops of Northwest Ohio. Always open when you need them. The Main Stops of Northwest Ohio. They're ready to start the second half in Bryan, a game you can hear on our sister station, Q96.5. The first game on their brand new turf field, 20-7. Van Wert leading Bryan there in this one. Here, it is 14-7, Edon with the lead. Edgerton going to get their hands on the football first to start this second half. Edon, a team that went 5-6 a season ago. Edgerton went 7-4. Those games, of course, are including their playoff defeats on the season. Edgerton's on the field, and there's a conversation between one of the officials talking with Bob Olwin on that far side. Kyler Sapp is out and ready. He was throwing in warm-up, so I think you're right about what had happened, that perhaps that shot into the midsection cost him a little wind out of his sails. And ready to kick it off, in fact, here to start the second half. The first time we have seen an Edon kicker in any way, shape, or form. Edgerton had a quick kick for a punt. And
their first look right now, Andy, of Kyler Sapp kicking the ball.
Walk up is deep for Edgerton along with Roth. Kicking from left to right, it's end over end. It's walk up at the 20, and he stumbles forward, losing his balance at about the 23 or 4-yard line. So that's where Edgerton will go to work. First down and 10. They'll officially spot Edgerton at the 25-yard line. First down and 10. Happy to have you with us here for opening week of high school football. Edon Edgerton, close game, wouldn't have it any other way. 14-7, Edon with a lead. It will be Maddox Baker, the quarterback. Trips to the right, one receiver to the left. He'll give inside to Roth, and Roth is able to battle his way out to the 29, gets about 4 on the play. Hulbert and also Nestor were there. So was Peyton Troush. So it'll be second down and 6.
And that's fine if you're Edgerton. Take those 4 yards of chunk plays. Get the clock moving a little bit. Nothing wrong with that.
Second down and 6. 4 down linemen for Edon. Baker, the quarterback. Baker low snap. It's on the turf. It's picked up by Walkup, and he's smothered by Cohen Hulbert. A loss all the way back inside the 20.
Talked about not very many bad snaps tonight. That was one of those, and that is a killer for the Dogs, putting them in third down and long, obvious passing situations where it's either a pass or a draw, one would think.
Minus 11 on that play. So now it will be third down and 18 back at the 17-yard line.
Pass, draw, jailbreak screen, right, Andy?
There you go. 3 receivers right, 2 receivers to the left. Baker in an empty set. Baker, there's that screen. It's caught by Weaver, but not room to run. He does battle his way through a tackle. Was wrapped up initially by Christian Owens, but good job getting his way across to the 25 and make it a 4th and 10. It's a 3 and out, though, for Edgerton to begin the half, and we have an injured Bulldog, and that is Weaver.
He's played a good game tonight, too. Hopefully he's okay. He's holding the back of his knee area, almost like a cramp, something we haven't seen tonight. We didn't think we'd see, but it still is week 1, even though the weather isn't overly humid.
Bryan has scored to make it a one-possession game, 20-14. Archibald leads Genoa 21-7 in the third quarter.
Yeah, I think that looks like it's more of a cramp there with Weaver, Angie.
So glad you could spend some time with Mike Bumb and I here tonight for week one. It is a 14-7 Edon lead. We will be in Edon next week for Antwerp at Edon in high school football coverage. Then Edgerton at Montpelier in week number 3, our first visit there. Montpelier, by the way, and will be in celebratory mood next weekend. Hall of Fame night, which will include members of that state champion or that state appearance team, the state finalist team.
It's 50 years ago. Can you believe that? Man, I guess that means we're getting old, right? Because we weren't there, but we knew a lot of people that were around that age. Kelby Brown coming too in 1978, played for Northwestern. 2 kids he had played for the University of Duke under David Cutcliffe.
The quarterback whisperer to the a lot of quarterbacks, but specifically to the Manning family.
Yeah, and then Lieutenant Governor John Husted coming back. So that's a pretty good athletic class there, Hall of Fame, that they'll be there next week. And it's against a team that I think Montpelier has a chance to beat.
It's Woodmore, right?
Woodmore, yeah.
Woodmore. Still working on what appears to be, we think, a cramping Noah Weaver. It is a 4th and long situation, a 4th and 9 officially.
You get sometime, and I don't know what it is here. Maybe it's not a cramp, but...
By the way, you almost never think, especially with the way the schedule has moved up a week because of extending the playoffs, you'd never guess on August 18th that you'd have a night like this.
I know.
Just a beautiful feeling night. Yeah. It was gorgeous all day today as Weaver gets up and walks off now.
Looks like a cramp action there.
I mean, we're going to have upper 80s and 90s somewhere along the line on a Friday.
Next Friday night, it's going to be 100.
Yeah. I mean, we know that's coming. So our Van Wert answers right back, 27-14. The Cougars lead Bryan. First, check that second punt of the night for Edgerton. It's Corey Herman, who kicked last year. Baker on a 4th down just kind of took a couple of steps back and punted earlier. Edon has not punted.
Nice kick.
Back deep for Edon is Stantz, who gets away from it, and that cost 10-15 yards. Pin him at the 28-yard line. That's a 44-yard punt and no return. Edon's first possession of the second half here.
Good punt.
It'll be first down and 10 from the 29-yard line. So Kyler Sapp, dual threat in that Edon offense. So there's going to be some design things for him. But how do you keep him clean here in the second half? Because he was under heavy pressure multiple times in that first half.
Well, the short answer is get the ball out of his hands real quick. And the success they had in that first series was just that. Now, Edgerton will counteract that by bringing their defenders up a little tighter. So
3 receivers right, 2 to the left on 1st and 10 at the 28. There's the quick throw and a little curl route. It's caught by Owens. He has 7, maybe 8 before he's feathered out of bounds by Caden Sinclair. It'll be 2nd and 2. Got him at the 36-yard line.
And Edon will take that all day long. 8-yard gain.
Trips to the right again. Deuce to the left. On 2nd down and a long 2 from the 36-yard line. This is quarterback draw, Sapp. Sidesteps 1, now lowers the shoulder, has a first down at about the 40-yard line, maybe 41. Got 4 on the play. Joel Walkup helping guys off the pile, makes the stop along with Owen Roth. Wayne Trace has a 32-22 lead on Fort Recovery in the second half. A lot of points in that one. 9 and a quarter to go in the third quarter here in Edgerton. On the Andres O'Neill scoreboard, Edon, who has never trailed, they lead 14-7. Deuces both ways. Hulbert, the running back, 4 down linemen. Hulbert gets the call, 40, 45. We're battling through tacklers out to the 48-yard line. Give him 8 on the run, and it'll be 2nd and short.
Good strong run there by Hulbert off the left side there. And he's a little slow to get up there. Is he just having problems getting organized, and that would be a big loss for the Bombers there. And Holbert is a little bit gingerly getting up. Looks like an ankle or lower leg kind of thing, and he's going to fall down right now, and the training staff's going to come out and take a look at him. So hopefully that is nothing serious, but that is something you do not want to see if you're an Eden Bomber fan.
Jackson Flower made the tackle. Timeout on the field for injury. 8:56 left, third quarter. 14-7, Eden with a lead on B-Rock Sports.
Before or after tonight's game, make sure Eden Pizza is a part of your evening. Eden Pizza in downtown Eden. Give us a call at 419-272-2452 and order your pizza, subs, and pasta for your pre- or post-game dinner. From all of us at Eden Pizza, we would like to wish the Bomber football team the best of luck in tonight's game against the Edgerton Bulldogs. Go Bombers!
Some of you perhaps heard the Foz as we were going to break there, but you also think possibly another cramping situation.
It looks like it right now, by the way, they're moving it again. I'm wrong more than I'm right on these things, but looks like they're trying to stretch it out the calf area, and it looks like it's something you would do with a cramp, which is good news. We spoke too soon, Andy, when we said we didn't see any cramps.
And he's walking off. Looks pretty good coming off under his own power.
Yeah. You get those cramps, though. They tighten up so quick, and you can't walk on them until you stretch them out and get more fluids.
I don't know about you, Foz, but usually I get them basically living room to kitchen. And you buckle, you know.
When you lose the remote control.
It's all about hydration, even from the living room. It's all about hydration. 2nd down and 2 from the 48-yard line. Trips to the right. Twins to the left on 2nd and short. Out route is caught far side. It's Owens on the grab inside. They're going to actually spot him at the 45-yard line. Yeah. Sinclair on the stop, but it's a gain of 8 and a first down.
I'm sure partly by design with Bob Owen, but partly by the skill of Kyler Sapp spreading the ball around. And that's something when you play Eden, you can't just kind of take away one guy because they do utilize everybody fairly equally. And probably on paper you would think Max Radeball is their best wide receiver. Well, he hasn't had any more targets than anybody else has. So good job by design with Coach Owen and Kyler Sapp of executing the offense.
5 wide, 3 to the right, 2 to the left. Play clock at 10. 1st and 10, Eden at the 45 of Edgerton. Sapp pumps, throws. Got a man wide open. Can't make the connection. Owens got behind, was 4 yards behind Sinclair. And Edgerton dodges a bullet.
Yeah, Sapp just missed on that one. Just threw it a little bit too far. And Owens just beyond his fingertips.
As a quarterback, my friend, are those considered the toughest? Are those throws that you should make? You know that you've got a man 3-4 yards deep, and it's feathering it in there and finding the right touch. How do you glean all of that touch?
Oh, I don't know if that's necessarily any more tougher than throwing the ball across the middle. I mean, every quarterback's got their strengths and weaknesses, but I wouldn't say it's any more tougher.
5 wide look again, curl route, pass off the fingertips and almost intercepted. In and out of the hands of Eli Dickman.
Sapp threw the ball a little high that time and could have been picked.
And now it'll be 3rd and 10 from the 45. 8:06 left, third quarter. 14-7 Eden on the Andres O'Neill and Low scoreboard.
So 3rd down and long. Eden has done a pretty good job of converting these. Again, if you're Edgerton, keep Sapp in the pocket. Don't let him ad-lib and run outside the pocket and get a first down.
Trips to the right, twins to the left. Empty backfield on 3rd and 10. Pressure coming up the middle. Sapp is hit, gets away from one. On the move, now just tosses it up the field. It's Dickman on the catch. He's at the 30, dragged down at the 25, and there's the dual threat. Yeah. It's not just running for, to get yardage down the field. It's keeping it alive, and it gets you 20 and a first down.
And nobody's been better at doing that than Kyler Sapp. He's been fantastic extending plays. That was playground football.
So 1st and 10 to the 27-yard line.
And it's frustrating for Edgerton, who's did everything right, kept him in the pocket momentarily, defended pretty well in the secondary. Somehow he managed to break outside of the pocket and has a playground play.
5 wide again, 3 to the right, 2 to the left. 1st and 10, Eden at the 27-yard line of Edgerton. Empty backfield. Sapp with a blitz coming up the middle, goes down at the 35. Getting home that time was Sean Murphy.
Well, I really like Sean Murphy. We've called his name several times today. Don't know if that was a delayed blitz or him just coming up the middle there, but nice play by Murphy.
A loss officially of 7 on the play. It's Edon's 2nd down and 17 now from the 34-yard line of Edgerton. Bombers moving left to right. A 1-score football game. Edon up 14-7. You're listening to Week 1 high school football on WBNO FM in Bryan. Some indecision again. Edon's got 5 on the play clock. At 4, at 3, at 2. Little confusion. Snap comes. I think Kyler Sapp, you know what I think happened there? I don't know if that was a run-pass option, but there was, you saw over here, they get just 2 yards out of it. But you know what? He got him out of a negative play. I think that he saw there was confusion. Call a run play, it's safe, and we'll belly it up and get a couple of yards. I really believe that's what ended up happening there. So it'll be 3rd down after that gain of about 2. It'll be 3rd down and, 16 for the first down at the 33-yard line. So you figure 2 plays to get your yardage here. 3 receivers right, 2 to the left. 3rd down and long from the 33. Sapp has time. Now throws to the outside. It's almost intercepted.
That was a game changer. That could have been a game changer, Angie.
Owen Roth, if he hauls that in, he is probably gone.
He's gone. He's gone, and we got a tie ball game. Great break on the ball. Owen Roth just couldn't keep it in, take it in, and convert on that. Doggone it, if you're a Bulldog fan, that one hurts. Great break on the ball by Roth.
4th and 16 for Edon at the 33. Again, you're in no man's territory here. Too far for a field goal, although you could. Again, Sapp punts, and there are 2 backs in there, and they're bringing more in. They may look to punt.
He's back a little bit farther. I think this is going to be a quick kick, Angie.
And now they back him up even farther. Snap comes at 2. He does a good job of pinning teams. It hits at the 10. Can Edon get down there and cover it? Excellent job all around. The punt was great. The coverage team was spectacular, and they pinned Edgerton at the 7 on their first punt of the night. So midway through the 3rd quarter, an exchange of punts and still a 14-7 Edon lead. Edgerton will begin 1st and 10 at their, own 7? Maybe 8-yard line, middle of the field, own 8. See who the quarterback is. It'll be Baker, who will have Roth in the backfield with him. 2 receivers both ways on this 1st and 10 at the 8. Jet sweep may be coming with Krantz. It is. Krantz trying to get to the outside. He's at the 5. Edon strung it out a little bit better that time. Hauled in, Sapp over there, and so was Owens to make sure he only got a couple.
Yeah, that was a nice job that time by Edon, number 52. Again, we've talked about them not really defending that very well the first half, but Peyton Troush, on the right end there, did a nice job of keeping his outside arm free, stringing it out to the sideline, and then Sapp came in and did the rest.
Van Wert 33, Bryan 14, Ayersville 27, Delta 7, end of 3 as well. So it'll be 2nd down and 8, Edgerton at the 10. Baker with a play action. Baker runs away from Hulbert, throws in the flat. Walkup has it. Great block. That's too good of a block. It's coming back. 15, 20, 25, 30. Walkup can run as far as he wants. This is coming back. 40, 30, 20, 10. 5, end zone touchdown. I think you're taking 90 yards off the board. Edgerton knows it because they haven't come all the way down the field.
Yeah.
It's coming all the way back.
Yeah, it's coming all the way back. Andy, my eyes went above. Was that a peel block against a defensive defender? Block? I don't think it was a block in the back, was it?
Let's see what the official, I think you might be on. Nope, they're just going to say holding.
Holding, okay. Well, I just, my eyes went away, and I didn't quite catch the whole thing there. Devastating for a great play by Baker to escape the rush and then getting the ball to walk up, making a couple moves and showcasing his athleticism there. But that's a shame if you're a Bulldog fan because that's coming back.
90-yard touchdown off the board.
Yeah, big one. And also on a side note, Cohen Holbert, the linebacker for Edon, went down with another cramp. So he's getting walked off for the Bombers right now. So a lot of things going on right now. The biggest thing is An 80-yard touchdown, 90-yard touchdown being taken off the scoreboard here because of a hold.
5.5 to go, third quarter. 14-7, Edon with the lead. Edgerton pinned deep here. And after this penalty, it'll be back near their 5-yard line. We'll see where they officially put this thing down. After 3, Wayne Trace 32, Fort Recovery 22. Wassey on a 49-6 lead over Fairview. That's into the fourth quarter now. Probably, and will be over very soon with the running clock. Here it's 14-7. The line of scrimmage for Edgerton will be back around their 6-yard line. One running back. Here comes Krantz in motion. They fake it and swing it to Krantz. Got a great block. 5, 10, 20, 30, foot race, 50. Only Max Radebach can catch him, and he missed it. 30, 20, 10, touchdown. You take 90 away. Edgerton answers right back, and they get it in their playmakers' hands, and Krantz goes the distance.
I don't know who's going to win this game, but it's going to be hard pressed, win or lose, to go against Krantz for MVP. He's been fantastic. A simple swing route, Andy. Krantz gets to the outside, and he simply outruns the defenders there for a 90-yard touchdown officially.
Yes.
How about the resiliency, again, of the Edgerton Bulldogs? Gut-wrenching play before, getting a 90-yard touchdown taken off the scoreboard, coming back the very next play and doing it again.
We'll go 93 on
93?
the pass play because
Okay.
it was line of scrimmage was back at the 7 after the penalty. And now the important extra point from Eldon to try to tie it with 5:22 to go in the third.
Again, talking to Coach Flagel, he really likes this kicker.
Herman to hold. Snap. Spot. Kick on the way, and it splits the sticks. New score on the Andres O'Neill and Lowe scoreboard, mid-third quarter. Edgerton 14, Edon 14. Back in 30 seconds.
Who doesn't love being number one? When your team's dominating the standings, or your favorite band rocks the charts at number one, it feels good, right? Kind of like how it feels when you have auto insurance with State Farm. Because making you feel like number one is an honor your local State Farm agent takes seriously. Through the good times and not so good, your State Farm agent's proud to be here to help life go right.
Call your State Farm agent, Jody Herman, in downtown Archbold today.
Bulldogs, Bombers deadlocked at 14, 5:22 to go. Officially, that becomes a 92-yard drive because a drive that started at their own 8. And then a 93-yard pass play on that snap after the penalty. So 3 plays, 92 yards, covering Baker to Krantz on the swing pass for the touchdown.
Yeah. What a day, Scotty Krantz, huh? What a day. All-purpose yards have been through the roof, running the ball, catching the ball, making interceptions on defense. Again, it's just a typical standard swing pass out of the backfield. He gets the perimeter. Nice job blocking on the perimeter by the Dogs, and he goes unofficially 93 yards for a touchdown.
Edon will send Radebaugh and Dickman deep. Eldon to kick it off. Still lots of football left, so buckle in. 5:22 to go in the third. You're never leaving an Edon game before 10 o'clock. You know that coming in anyways. They throw it all over the yard. It's been a fun night. Eldon, the run-up and the kick from the 40. It'll be Radebaugh at the 15. Looking for a wall near side. Still at the 15. Now out near the 20. They have him surrounded. And up high with a tackle is Levi Hess. Didn't see any laundry down to see if he got any face mask. Evidently not. So it'll be first down for for Edon. Right around their own 20.
It's a great job by the kick team by Edgerton there.
Van Wert now putting it on Brian, 40-14. Up at Golden Bear Stadium. This is a 1st and 10 for Edon. Can they get a little rhythm from their offense now? From their own 19 is where they'll officially begin this drive. First down and 10. Bombers move left to right. 2 receivers near side. 3 receivers to the left. Empty backfield for Sapp. wants to throw, far side, pass caught, Radebaugh, 25-yard line, can't get away from Herman, who made the tackle across the 25 at about the 27-yard line. Gain of 8. It'll be 2nd down and 2 for the Bombers. They have had their most consistent success tonight with those little stop or hitch routes.
Yep, that's it. That's all it is. Run out there 5 yards, stop, turn around, find the ball.
Lots of cushion from the Edgerton DBs. 2nd and 2. Give it on the inside. That's a 1st down out to the 30, 31-yard line. Walk up with the tackle on the ball carrier, Nestor.
It's the first time he's carried the ball tonight.
5'11 sophomore.
Looking to see if Cohen Holbert, who's usually in that spot, if he's still battling, which we think is cramps, but looking over on the sideline, I cannot find him in the sea of white. So
1st and 10, Edon at their own 31. 2 receivers both ways. Nestor again with the carry. Got only a yard or so that time. Stacked up defensively. Weaver and Roth and Kepler, who have been active tonight. It'll be 2nd and 8. 4 minutes and counting to play here in this third quarter. 14 apiece, Bombers and Bulldogs. What else and what other way would you want it in this one?
Good game to start off the season, Angie, just like 2 years ago when we had
Wassey on Fairview.
Yeah.
Twins to the right and left. Sapp has a running back in the backfield on a 2nd down and 8. It'll be Sapp on the pull and keep. 35. Sapp pushed out of bounds near the 40. Shoved out of bounds by Sinclair. It's just a matter of where they put him down.
Yeah, 3 run plays in a row by Edon. I don't know the last time that I've seen Coach Owen have 3 designed run plays in a row.
No.
Maybe ever. At least not at Edon the last 4 years,
No.
right?
I'd say that. Well, you can't say all 45 because he was a wing T guy.
Oh, yeah,
at one time,
he was back in the 90s for Fairview. But
3rd and a couple for Edon at their 39-yard line as they'll bring 2 receivers right, 2 receivers left. Still the 1 running back, 4 down lineman for Edgerton. Little movement by the D-line, but not enough to call anything. Nestor gets the call. Nestor is swallowed up at the point of attack. Good play defensively, Weaver. And now a decision for Bob Olwin. It is 4th down and a long one at his own 40. Yeah. Edgerton, all the momentum now in this game, tied at 14.
And Weaver and Shea Walkup came just untouched through there. Did a great job of reading that and making contact behind the line of scrimmage. 4 run plays in a row for Coach Olwin. Hell has frozen over.
And that's a great line. And they're going to send the punt team on. So Edgerton, it appears, although we'll see if they do punt it, 4th down from their own 40. It's a 4th and 1. It is going to Sapp. It is going to be a punt. Pressure coming. He just got it away. It's a high hanger and a good one. It will take an Edon roll inside the 20 down to the 16-yard line. So 44 on the punt. No return. Edgerton has forced Edon into back-to-back punts. And it's the Bulldogs here with momentum late third quarter.
Now we're over here on the Edgerton side right now, and you can just feel a buzz with the crowd and the players on the sideline. All the momentum is shifted towards Edgerton.
Still a tie game at 14 apiece. Looking for number 8 to come back out there, who has been really good defensively, and I believe there he is. A couple of cramping issues for Cohen Hulbert, but back out there at his backer position. It will be 1st and 10, Edgerton at their own 16-yard line. Opening night for the 2023 high school season. Krantz in at quarterback. Roth in the backfield with him. Trips to the left. It's a designed run for Krantz, and he sidesteps and then is leveled by Cole Olds, who's been a really good stopper tonight in the run game. 5'7", 180-pound senior.
Yeah, right there in the middle at that middle linebacker spot. Did a nice job of just kind of flashing right up in the hole and making contact on the line of scrimmage.
Pickup of a couple, so it'll be 2nd down and 8 out near the 18. Patrick Henry, a shutout tonight of 39-0. That matchup with Hicksville this evening. 2 receivers right, 2 receivers left. Baker back at quarterback. Here comes the fake of the jet sweep, and now they want to throw a little flare and nobody home. I'm not sure who that was intended to because Weaver was downfield, and Krantz might have been one but couldn't get outside. I don't even know if it was intended for him. Either way, it's 3rd and 8. and a big third down moment here. Edon has come up with some big plays offensively on third and fourth down tonight. Edgerton looking for an offensive conversion here on 3rd and 8. It's a 3rd and 8 at their own 18. Krantz is the quarterback. Check that. Baker the quarterback. Krantz the halfback. Roth in the backfield along with Walkup. They give, and it's a double handoff. Goes to Walkup, and Edon not fooled. Great job staying home by that D-line on the double handoff. And it'll be 4th down.
Love the conception of that play. That's the first time we've seen that double counter for Edgerton. Edon just did a nice job of defending it.
On that far side, Reed was there. So was Baker. And it'll be 4th down and 8. Herman on to punt. 14 apiece. Snap going to come right around the 1-minute mark left in the third quarter. Belt high snap. Herman's kick is a good one, a spiraling kick that is fair caught by Caden Stantz near the 45-yard line.
I think that's one Caden Stantz when he gets a little bit more seasoning under his belt. He's going to not want to call a fair catch on that, and he's going to want to run because he had about 10, 15 yards there that he could have ran after that catch. And that's something the coaching staff will talk to him about. And you look on the roster there, and he's only a freshman, so catching the ball's an accomplishment. Just having a freshman out there, that's kind of a big game in the lights. But something you want to run a little bit after that one. Don't call for a catch.
3 receivers bunched to the right, 2 receivers to the left on a 1st and 10. Edon at their own 45. Helmet high snap. Sapp slings one far side, too tall for Owens. It'll be 2nd and long. By the way, I had second quarter on the over-under because, betting legal in Ohio. We had some side bets going on when the Foz was going to bring out. I'd feel a lot better if 2 guys were back on that punt. You hadn't brought it out yet. I
didn't have a pause where I could jump in there and say that.
I had it.
I'll tell you what, when Carter Keese is back as a senior, I'm okay with one guy being back there.
3 receivers right, 2 to the left, looking for a screen. Owens has it at the 45. Owens to midfield, twisting his way for 5. We'll see what Edon wants to do here because, they will have to snap it. There's a second difference in the play clock to game clock. It's a 3rd and 5 Edon at midfield. 14 apiece. Edgerton has tied it here in the third. It was 14-7 Edon at the intermission. 3 receivers right, 2 receivers left. 3rd and 5 Bombers at midfield. Sapp throws. Tall, incomplete. A little curl route for Radeball, and it was up the ladder. And now it's 4th down with 15 seconds left in the quarter. You're at midfield. Yeah. You're in a 14-all game.
I think you punt the ball, Andy, but that's me. Sapp's been a little high.
It is punting.
He's been a little high this whole second half, just for whatever reason. I don't know if he's not getting his feet underneath him or what, but just been off a little bit this second half.
Wassiana winner officially over Fairview, 49-12. Sapp's kick, a good one, high, deep. Krantz fields it at the 13. Got a wall, 15, 20, cut back, 30, 40, 50. Only Sapp can make the play, but he held it up just enough to be chased down from behind by Eli Dickman. Scotty Krantz continuing to have an opening night.
Wow.
3 in the books here in Edgerton as we go to the break. Our score, Edon 14, Edgerton 14. Come on back for 12 more minutes at least of high school football. We'll be right back.
When you're in need of a new appliance, go to your local appliance dealer, Direct Link Appliance and Hardware in Bryan, and take it home today. They carry hundreds of new, used, and scratch and dent appliances in stock, and they carry the brands you need. Speed Queen, Whirlpool, Maytag, KitchenAid, Amana, and GE to take home right now with you. Then when you have something wrong in years to come, Direct Link will also service everything. No need to call that 800 number and talk to someone you don't know. Just call Direct Link at 419-636-4541, and they'll be out to fix it for you, whether it's under warranty or not. Direct Link Appliance and Hardware in Bryan, your local appliance dealer.
Edgerton and Edon deadlocked at 14 as we get ready for the fourth quarter here on opening Friday night of high school football. The only points in that quarter, Edgerton 93 yards on a swing pass. Maddox Baker to Scotty Krantz. And by the way, a play before that, they had gone 90, and it came back because of a flag, but they answered on that very next snap to get this thing tied up. Edgerton now a chance to take the lead as they had a great punt return by guess who again? Scotty Krantz.
Well, I see the Village reporter, newspaper reporter down there. If Scotty Krantz, win or lose, is not one of the athletes of the week, there's something wrong. Huh?
Wow.
He's been fantastic, right? Offensively, defensively, special teams there. Just been a fantastic football player. And now Edgerton's got just what they need. A short field that they can maybe lean on that offensive line, who I think's played pretty well, utilize their running game, and that big, strong fullback with Owen Roth and, of course, sprinkle in Scotty Krantz. This is a good situation here for Edgerton.
They have it at the Edon 30. Following that fantastic punt return that went for 58 yards. 1st and 10, Edgerton. Halfback on either side. Now they'll bring him to make it a 4 wide to the right and an empty set. One receiver left. Baker gets the snap, a pump, a step up, a throw. Got a man open. Krantz at the 10, at the 5. He's down at the 1. 1st and goal, Edgerton.
Scotty Krantz again. Hey, great throw there by the sophomore Maddox Baker. Great play call by Brody Flagel, shifting late, overloading one side. That's good football. And that's a great confidence builder for number 2, the sophomore quarterback.
1st and goal, Edgerton at the Edon 1. Roth in the backfield right next to Baker. Walk up wide to the left, Krantz wide to the right. 1st and goal. The run for Baker, slithering back toward the middle. Did he get in? He did! Touchdown, Edgerton. First lead of the night for the Bulldogs.
Well, again, that was a great confidence-building drive there for number 2, the young sophomore, throwing a dart right across the middle. Again, as I said, what a great play call by Brody Flagel. At the last second, shifted into an overload side, and then getting the ball to the money man, Scotty Krantz, who makes yet another play tonight.
Eldon coming on for the extra point. 11.5 to play in this one. Edgerton playing in front for the first time in 2023. Snap, spot, kick is blocked. A big one, maybe a big one. We'll see. Hulbert with a block, extra point. 20-14 Edgerton. Back in just a moment.
That's a big play.
When you're on the road this summer, your rewards checking account at Midwest Community has deals from coast to coast that you can access online or in the app. It goes where you go, so you never miss a sweet deal on dining, hotels, entertainment, and more. And if you're stuck on the side of the road, just use the built-in roadside assistance to get back up and running. You also get cell phone protection, ID theft aid, and more, all included with your rewards checking account. It's banking that connects to life in all the ways you do. Learn more today at midwestcommunity.org.
Andy Brigle, Mike Bumb back out here in Edgerton, Ohio, and it's Edgerton in front, 20-14.
Well, all the momentum this half has been on the side of the Bulldogs there, and again, capitalized on a big special teams play. Remember, we had talked about that in the onset of special teams with Scotty Krantz setting up a short field for the Dogs, and then big play across the middle with the pass from Baker to Krantz, which set up the second or first down and goal. And then, of course, Baker takes it in and finishes the deal. But, again, nice confidence-building drive for the Dogs. The first time they played ahead. Now Edon's got to respond.
3 second-half possessions, Edon. Lengthy drive, 10 plays, ended up punting. Another one, 6 plays, punt, and then a 3-and-out last time. So 3 possessions, 3 punts for Edon in the second half, while Edgerton has scored a pair of touchdowns here to go from 14-7 down to 20-14 up on opening night. Eldon to kick it away. Kicks from left to right, coming to the near side. It'll be received by Zane Oberlin. Oberlin, 20, and he's lassoed immediately by your guy from the pregame show, Owen Roth. Cutting him down shy of the 25. So now we'll see how this Edon offense responds. This is their first true gut check moment of the early portion of the season. They'll have it on a 1st and 10 at their own 24. Edon moving right to left. Spotted hash mark far side of the field. Sapp will send 2 receivers here to the near side. Trips to the right. That trip set is over on the short side of the field. Sapp, helmet high snap. Sapp wants to throw. Flush to the right. Throws over the middle. Pass is caught and racing out toward the 40-yard line. Brought down at about the 39-yard line. Gain of 13.
Max Radeball, maybe?
Yeah, waiting to see. It is Radeball. And Krantz made the tackle, and Radeball is down on that Edon sideline after a gain of 14, and it looks as if, I think, another cramping situation.
Yeah.
They spotted at the 38-yard line, so it's officially 14 on the pickup. 1st and 10, Edon at the 38. Edon might have to take a timeout here.
Yeah.
Play clock down to 4, at 3, at 2, at 1, and now, did Bob Owen get his timeout before the flag?
I think he did. I saw him gesture over there, yes.
All right. So timeout Edon. 10:45 left in regulation. 20-14 Dogs. Back in 30 seconds.
Are you looking for a mechanic that really knows how to repair both foreign and domestic vehicles? Let me recommend Dave Brown at Jason Dietz Customs and Collisions. Dave has spent the last 25 years diagnosing and repairing all makes and models of vehicles in Northwest Ohio. And he's now teamed up with Jason Dietz on State Route 6 just east of Edgerton. So if you're looking for a mechanic that can fix the problem that your last mechanic couldn't, think of Dave Brown at Jason Dietz Customs and Collisions.
End of 3 in Paulding and Swanton. How about this one? The Panthers, I think Swanton thought they had a little something cooking. If this score's right, Paulding's up 30 on them at the end of 3. 30-0. Final score, Wayne Trace has defeated Fort Recovery, hanging on for a 32-30 win. All right, out of Edon's first charge time out of the second half, it's a 1st and 10 for them at their own 38-yard line. And movement by an Edon receiver is going to cost them 5. So now it becomes 1st and 15 for Edon. 20 unanswered in this game from the Bulldogs after Edon jumped on top 14-zip in this one. The Bulldogs just hanging in there. So we said Edon had grabbed early control, had momentum, and then once Edgerton got on the board, had something positive happen, they have really battled their way back nicely here tonight. So 1st and 15 now back at the 33-yard line with the 5-wide look. Sapp guns one far side. The pass is caught and ushered out of bounds is Dickman near the 41. So it will set up a 2nd down and 7.
Yeah, Eli Dickman. I think that's his first catch that I have him for tonight. A nice little 10-yard little out pattern.
So 2nd down and 7. Edon at their own 41-yard line. 20-14 Edgerton. A lot of football left. 10:39 remaining. 2 receivers right, 2 receivers left. Nestor in the backfield. Hulbert goes in motion to the far side of the formation. And movement. False start again. 2nd and 12 coming up.
I think these are also being committed by wide receivers 10, 12, 15 yards from the ball, which makes it doubly frustrating for Coach Owen. Still see Max Hulbert is still on the sideline. I don't see him.
Cohen's back out. He just went in motion. Yeah.
Max Radeball, excuse me. I got my 2 guys mixed up. Max Radeball I do not see on the field yet after he went down with what we think was a cramp.
So now a 2nd and 12 for Edon. Back at the 36-yard line. 3 receivers right. 2 receivers come to the left. Sapp looks, fires, near side. Pass is caught by Owens, who was able to fight his way to the 45-yard line. Couldn't step completely away from Sinclair, but did a good job to make this, Mike Bumb, a 3rd and 3.
You get payoff the first half. Edon was 4 for 5 on 3rd down conversions. This half, not so well. One thing, though, I've seen with Edgerton tonight, very good tackling team.
Mm-hmm.
You haven't seen very many missed tackles by Edgerton tonight, have you?
No, it's a great point. 5 wide look, 3 to the right, 2 to the left. 3rd and 3 for Edon. Here comes the rush. Coming near side, pass is caught. Lots of cushion for Owens, who will step out of bounds. Yeah. Sinclair gave him way too much on the near side. It's a first down to the 48.
A little surprised on 3rd and 4, 3rd and 5, whatever it was, the amount of cushion that Edgerton gave there.
So a good 3rd down, a big 3rd down conversion for Edon as they get into Edgerton territory. Bulldogs 20, Edon 14 on the Andres O'Neill and Lowe scoreboard. 9:55 left in this one. It's hash mark near side for this 1st and 10, Edon at the 48 of Edgerton. Play clock at 10. Antwerp has defeated Montpelier 42-6. Hulbert in motion to the far side of the field. Sapp with time. Edgerton only rushed 3. Has a man wide open down the middle. Owens at the 20, at the 15, taken down at the 10-yard line. Gain of 37, and the Bombers have a 1st and goal.
Another one of those well-conceived plays by Coach Owen where all of the momentum, the fake jet sweep going to the right. Sapp turns at the last minute and throws a dart right across the middle to Christian Owen, and now the Bombers are knocking on the door.
It is. Is it going to be, maybe I spoke too soon. It might be at the 11-yard line. So it would be 1st and 10 at the 11. So they can still get a first down. Edon is quickly at the line of scrimmage. Edgerton hasn't broken their defensive huddle. Snap comes. Sapp for the end zone. Pass is caught. Touchdown. Max Radebaugh.
It's a great job by Sapp of getting his team set, taking advantage of the confusion with Edgerton because they weren't even lined up there, Angie, and it was just a simple flat route and there was nobody on them. Touchdown, Edon.
And Radebaugh does get back in there. So it's an 11-yard TD pass to him. And now, in a 20-20 game, we've seen Edon go for 2 twice. Yeah. You wonder, do they have a kicker that they're confident enough in to try the one?
Easy answer right now. If they have a kicker they're confident in one, they're going to kick it. If they don't, they're going for 2, so we'll know.
And they're going for 2.
So they're not confident in their kicker, so here we go.
So in a 20-20 game, 4 receivers go right. 1 receiver to the left, that's Owens. Sapp in the empty set. Sapp looking right. Sapp on the move. Throws. It's incomplete. Broken up by Edgerton and Roth. It was intended for Hulbert. And we're deadlocked again, this time at 20. Timeout on the field. 20-20. Edgerton and Edon on the Andres O'Neill and Lowe scoreboard. We have an injured dog that is down. A slow bomber to get up. That's Hulbert. We'll sort out the carnage and come on back in just a moment.
Are you a bow hunter or just love the sport of archery? Need ammo or a new rifle? The best place to find it all is at Knocking Point Outfitters, the only gun and archery shop in Northwest Ohio, with a huge selection of bows including Matthews, Mission, PSE, and Bear. A large selection of all your favorite rifles, shotguns, and pistols. With their indoor archery range, Knocking Point Outfitters offers lessons for beginners to advanced shooters, team building, corporate events, and youth archery programs. Let their staff help you find the right bow or gun along with accessories that best fit your needs. They're located on County Road 17, 1 mile south of US 6. Knocking Point Outfitters, the starting point for every perfect shot.
20-20 tie, and again, that injured Bulldog this time, and it looks like another cramping situation potentially. And we didn't think so on a night like tonight. Cool night.
And it's the first game, and you're never in game shape until you play a few games. I don't care how many scrimmages you have and how much conditioning you do. You got to play in a couple games to get in game shape. And we've seen several players now go down, even though it's a relatively, at least by the season, cool night. Can't tell which Bulldog that is right now. We do know Cohen Hulbert has been battling. I don't think he's certainly not 100%, where he's kind of conserving as much energy as he can, just trying to get through these last 9 minutes and 30 seconds. We saw Max Radebaugh with some cramping issues on the Bulldog side, who I think's just had a fantastic game defensively. Noah Weaver also having some cramping issues. So it's been a thing tonight. It's been a factor.
Meanwhile, we are tied at 20. Edon answers on, again, it's opening night. It's game 1, but their biggest drive that they needed to answer on and went down the field and scored on a 7-play, 76-yard drive. Sapp to Radebaugh. And going for 2, denied the 2-point conversion. So still 9.5 remaining in this one, and a 20-20 football game.
Obviously, there's a lot of football to be played, though, but how big was that blocked PAT there by Holbert? The last sequence when Edgerton had the ball. So we'll see who this is on the ground right now for Edgerton. I think they're about to get him up here. Looks like it.
Van Wert is going to beat Bryan tonight. They were in full control there. Ayersville was going to knock off Delta. Wauseon had defeated Fairview. Antwerp a winner tonight on opening night over Montpelier. Defiance won last night in defeating Napoleon. Last we heard, Liberty was leading 22-14 on Tenora. Haven't heard any more on that one. So they pulled away. Liberty Center 35-14 defeats Tenora.
Okay.
It was Roth, and that's a big kid to be cramping right now, Owen Roth.
And I think this is a storyline right now because you're looking on both sides. Big-time players for Edon with Holbert and with Radeball having cramping issues. We flip on the other side. We've got the best defensive player and one of the best offensive players with Roth going down with some cramps, along with Weaver, who's been an outstanding player defensively. So this is a storyline going forward of how these two teams can handle this.
Attrition becomes the name of the game as much as talent now.
You got to get the finish line. Pound some Gatorade, do something.
Yeah. The problem with when you get into the cramping situation, as you well know, that hydrating had to start Wednesday, Thursday, and continue to be that way. It's not just, you're not going to catch up on game night.
No, too late.
So 20-20 tie. Ton of football still to be played here in this one. A battle royale here between Edon and Edgerton, which is what you always hope for.
How about this? Opening night, huh?
We usually have our best games on opening night for the last several years, it seems like. Krantz has it at the 26. Sidesteps one and now is in some trouble. Still on his feet, though, 30. And finally brought down near the 33-yard line. Danced his way for 7. Trent Buck, a special teams tackle, along with Peyton Troush. So they'll start it at the 33. First down and 10, Edgerton at their own 33-yard line. We find number 8. He is out there. 6 is out there for Edon. So Holbert and Radeball. Weaver is out there. Still no Roth, though, on this series. Baker's the quarterback, joined in the backfield by Sean Murphy. 4 down linemen. There's a wing to the left, 2 receivers to the left. Baker gives to Murphy. Kelly blew it up, but Murphy sidesteps and ends up with a dozen before Sapp is able to bring him down. Great run by Murphy because Kelly was there but overran the play just a little bit as a D lineman.
And that's something that D linemen have got to be cognizant of. Don't get too deep in the backfield. Settle down, ankle depth, close down on the hole. That time Parker Kelly just got too deep, and Edgerton went right underneath him.
I said 12. Misspotted. That's a gain of 9 as they mark it at the 42. 4 down linemen again. 3 receivers left. 1 running back. They try Murphy again. Murphy scissoring his way through and now just powering the legs out to the 48. Hulbert, the tackle, along with a little assistance from Grant Reed, but it's a first down run for Sean Murphy. So a couple of snaps, 15 yards later, Bulldogs have a 1st and 10 at their own 48. 8.5 left in regulation. Tie game at 20.
The most success Edgerton had in the first half was the jet sweep. They've only ran it 1 time in the second half. Edon, to their credit, did a great job of defending on that one play. Let's see if Edgerton goes back to the jet sweep this series.
5 wide, 3 to the left, coming in motion. Now out of that is walk up. They fake the jet sweep, and now nowhere to run for Baker. Grant Reed stayed home and swallowed him up. And now a late flag on Edon.
Great play, first of all, by Grant Reed. And then we've got some talking, it looks like, Angie.
Maybe a little almost like a throwdown a little bit after the play. And now Reed is grasping. I don't know if that's cramp as much as he's reaching for the back of his knee. That's not cramp, I don't think.
Yes, it is.
Do you think so?
Yeah.
Okay, now it is. I looked like when he was sitting, he was reaching for the back of his knee.
Yeah.
So you get a good play, and you're going to be staring at 2nd and 14, but now 15 going back the other way with a dead ball.
Play with emotion. Don't let emotion play with you. That time Edon got a little bit too overzealous. celebrated a little bit too much, and it nullifies really a great defensive play that time by number 74, Grant Reed. So one of those things, and that's what Coach, you got to, and that's the thing with football, Andy. You got to be right there on that edge where you're playing with that desire, you're playing with that emotion, but if you just take it a little bit too far, it can be detrimental. And that time, unfortunately, if you're a Bomber fans, that's what happened.
Clock stopped at 8:07 left in this one. It's a 2020 football game. And we are going to tell you what, let's take a quick break. We'll be right back in just a moment. Precise Metal Form, 810 Commerce Drive in Bryan, wants to say good luck to the Edon Bombers in tonight's athletic contest. Precise Metal Form is a proud supporter of Edon Bomber athletics, both boys and girls sports. Precise Metal Form in Bryan, saluting the athletes on all of their hard work and wishing them the best of luck in this athletic contest. Precise Metal Form, 810 Commerce Drive in Bryan, saying go Bombers in this game. Edon with a terrific defensive play, but after the extracurriculars, look where Edgerton's at. 15 yards later, the Bulldogs are in plus territory at the Edon 41. 3 receivers to the short side of the field to the right. Tight end to the left is Weaver. Murphy, the lone running back, standing next to Baker, who's in the shotgun. Murphy gets the call. Straight ahead running. Has 5. Running through tackles. Sean Murphy and Edgerton imposing their will. And after 9 on the run, we might have a face mask on Edon on the tackle.
It could be a face mask or it could be aiding the runner. Unlike college football, unless I'm mistaken, and Andy, you can't obey the runner and help him go forward. And I think that's what they're going to call here.
Good eyes.
I'm mistaken on it. Yeah, we'll see. We'll see if I'm right.
That would negate 9 on
college football. You can grab them and throw them forward anymore.
NFL too.
Yep. Then what's that motion, Angie?
That's exactly what it is. It's evading the runner.
Evading the runner.
Yep.
Okay, good.
Van Wert wins 47-21 in Bryan. So now it brings it back to the 35. Edgerton still a makeable situation here. They need the 31 for the first down.
No, the PA said it was a sideline infraction. I don't think that's the case. I think it was aiding the runner.
Yep. They have now set the down marker. We are set. It is a 2nd down and 4 from the 35 of Edon. Ball resting middle of the field. Baker gives Roths back in there. Runs over a Bomber tackler. I mean, just plowed over Kelly and then kept going, but they do mark him down at the 31. What a run of 4.
He's physical, Andy. We've talked about him. He hasn't gotten that many carries. I think now is the time, and I've been saying it all game, but especially now is the time in the late 4th quarter. This big, strong running back, Owen Roth, feed him. Give him the ball. Edon's got some cramping issues on that side. Fatigue is setting in. This is the time you want to give Roth the football.
7 and change left in regulation. Deadlocked at 20. 1st and 10 Dogs at the Edon 31. 2 halfbacks to the left. It's Krantz on the run. Krantz, this time Kelly says, you're not getting away from me. And he wrapped him up and slammed him to the turf after a run of 1 on the play. Unbalanced to the left that time with the running game, and Krantz followed him. Had some success earlier, but only got 1 there.
Yeah, I think Coach Flegel's done a nice job of generating offense, and that by outflanking, doing some shifts, taking advantage. Athletically speaking, I think probably Edon's got a few more guys that can run, but he's done a nice job of manufacturing ways to get kids the ball.
2nd and 9, Edgerton at the Edon 30. 3 receivers left. Roth in the backfield. Roth gets the call. Roth straight ahead. Roth down to the 25-yard line. Slammed down by Olds. But now it will be 3rd down and 4 for the first down.
It's obviously 4-down territory now for Edgerton. Just over 6 minutes left in the ball game.
20-20, Edgerton and Edon on the Andre Zuniga-Linlow scoreboard. Ball resting at the 25 of Edon, hash mark near side.
You got 2 plays to get 4 yards, Andy. Your 2 best players are Krantz and Roth. They've got to touch the ball here.
Krantz is in the backfield with Baker. Double, almost wingback looks, 1 left, 1 right. Weaver, the receiver, to the left. It will be Krantz off the right side. Stumbled a little bit, kept his feet. No, they didn't. They said he's down at the 21. They said the knee touched down at the, actually shy of the 21. Yeah. He's going to be short.
I think that's a bad call. I think this crew has done an outstanding job. I don't think Krantz's knee hit the ground. He stumbled a little bit. I think that's a bad spot for the Bulldogs.
So that will leave them with a 4th and 1 from the 22-yard line.
I would be shocked if Owen Roth doesn't touch the ball right here.
This is one of those moments in football games that really comes down to will, want to, and who's going to get it done up front. 4th and 1 at the 22. It's an empty set, and the play clock down to 2, and I think Brody Flagel is going to take a timeout. He is. So 4:57 remaining. We're going to stay right here for a 4th and 1 for Edgerton.
Jeez, what a great game, huh?
It is a great game. I want Brody Flagel's call. Yeah. If you're Brody Flagel.
Nothing sophisticated. You've got your one returning starter, Elijah Martin, on the right side. You've got a very strong, hard-nosed fullback who seems to be getting stronger as the game goes on in Owen Roth. Don't outthink yourself. Give him the ball on the right side and go forward and get 1 yard. That being said, the officiating crew's been outstanding today. They missed one there. Scotty Krantz got that first down. We shouldn't even be in this situation.
All right, for Edon.
Your big players have got to step up and make a big play. That's Parker Kelly on the D-line. That's Cohen Holbert at the linebacker spot. Step up and make a big play in this series right now. Put the ball what you do best, your offensive, and be methodical going down the football field, because 4 minutes and 57 seconds is nothing for a team like Edon to put points on the board. But you got to get a stop here.
Edgerton 20, Edon 20. 4th and 1, Edgerton at the Edon 22. It's Krantz at quarterback. Roth is next to him. Overbalance, over shift, if you will, to the right with Walkup and Murphy over there.
And 75, Martin on the right side as well.
Tight end to the right as well, and Corey Herman.
And I just saw Krantz and Roth hit hands there.
Krantz the snap. Power right. Sweep. He's got a first down and more. 20, 15, 10. First down and goal, Edgerton. Gain of 13.
You see Krantz and Roth in the backfield kind of give each other the fist bump like, hey, we know we're going on our side. Let's get it done right here.
It is a young offensive line growing up right before our eyes tonight.
And what does Brody Flagel do? Goes to the right side, right over his one returning offensive tackle. Just a really good offensive game plan that he's had today.
First and goal, Dogs at the Edon 10. 2020 game, 4.5 to go on the Andres O'Neill and Lowe scoreboard. Baker back in at quarterback. Roth is the halfback to the right. It'll be Roth on the give. Roth to the 5. Submarined at the 5-yard line, but didn't get hit till he got there by Cole Olds. So it'll be 2nd and goal, Edgerton at the 5-yard line. And again, you're also playing, I think, the clock game if you're Edgerton. Snap down at 1, 2, 3 seconds on the clock.
Yeah, the only thing is in high school football, if you start getting yourself too focused on the clock and taking ticks off, it distracts your attention of getting the job done, which is the most immediate task of scoring a touchdown. I've seen teams screw up a lot because they're so concerned with bleeding the clock.
2nd and goal at the 5. Baker back in at quarterback. Murphy is the running back. Tight end to the right. Trips to the left. It's a low snap, but they give it to Murphy. Murphy fumbled the football. Was pop free, picked up by Edon, coming near side. Radebaugh brings it out to the 20. I'm not sure who had the hit in the middle, but I mean, he busted that thing open. Edon football as they broke it free.
I couldn't tell either, but it was head on the football. Just a great tackle, and the ball goes into the end zone. Radebaugh's there to pick it up, ending the Edgerton Bulldog drive.
We were trying to see what number it was, and we didn't see who. 53? 8. Cohen Holbert. We should have guessed.
Cohen Holbert. Big players step up in big games, and that right there.
It's great play by Cohen Holbert.
Yeah, the all-league linebacker fighting against cramps. Big play.
Radebaugh then scooped it up and got them out of the shadow of their own goalpost, and now it's Bomber football at their own 20. Sapp with a 5-wide look. Looks near side. Radebaugh with the catch. Good adjustment. And he stepped out of bounds at the 26-yard line.
Not a well-thrown ball by Sapp, but what a great catch. Radebaugh turning his body almost 360 to make that grab.
Pickup of 7 officially, so it'll be 2nd down and 3. 3.5 remaining in regulation. 20 all in this one. 3 receivers right, 2 to the left. Sapp gets the helmet high snap, slings it on a little curl route. Radeball has it, maybe step back, but still I think going to have enough momentum to get him to the first down across the 30. Coming up, Krantz made the tackle.
Just enough. Edon dinking and dunking all the way down the field here. Plenty of time, 3 minutes and 26 seconds. The Bombers also have 2 timeouts.
2 for Edgerton as well, 3:25 left. 4 receiver. Now another cramp on that far side for Edon. So the clock stops, 3:26 left. Edon 20, Edgerton 20. Don't go away, we're back in 30.
When it comes to choosing a memorial that represents the lasting memories of a person's life, the Fackler Monument Company in Montpelier, Ohio can create exactly what you are looking for, like an eagle soaring through the woods etched on a memorial, a bench that has mom and dad's names engraved into the granite to sit and reflect, a picture of the family farm etched on the stone, or maybe your style is a memorial that has a split headstone with a vase in between for flowers. The Fackler Monument Company of Montpelier, Ohio, serving families in the tri-state area since 1924.
Okay, back out here. It is a 1st and 10, Edon at their own 31. 5 wide look, 3 to the right, 2 to the left. Sapp, it's to Holbert. Holbert across the 40, actually is going to stretch his way to the 41-yard line. Think he's going to get 10. Walk up and Krantz made the tackle.
Both teams battling cramps right now. Players on both sides.
That's Max Radeball, by the way, officially, who hobbled off with cramps last time. Edon quickly to the line of scrimmage. 1st down and 10 for Edon at their own 41-yard line. Another 5 wide look, 3 down linemen for Edgerton. Flush to the near side is Sapp. Looking to tuck and run. He's fumbled it, but he fumbled it out of bounds. And now are we going to get a late situation here? No call.
Yeah, and I think the Edon fans maybe have something there. And Sapp went into the sideline, and Edgerton defender just didn't let up on him and kind of rode him out to the wall area there. No,
the fumble, by the way, I should say, came out of bounds. So
it did.
It's a gain of 2 officially. You can't fumble forward and advance it, so he's at the 43-yard line. Hash mark near side. Clock stop exactly. 3 minutes left. 4 receivers come left. 1 receiver to the right. 3 down linemen again. Going in motion, far side is Kendall Brigle. Back to throw is Sapp. Sapp steps up, got a lot of room to run. 45, 50, 1st down and more, and he'll step out of bounds at the 45-yard line, a run of 13.
And yet again, we see Sapp extending plays with his legs, converting again when the whole play breaks down.
2:48 remaining. 2 timeouts remain for both teams. Edon with the football at the Edgerton 45, moving right to left, hash mark near side. Trips to the right, twins to the left, so that'll empty the backfield. Edgerton, all kinds of movement. Edon with a snap. Edon with Sapp stepping up and now running. Now just toss it out to Holbert. 40, 35, 30. Bulls his way down to the 25-yard line as he lowered the boom on Jackson Flower and popped his helmet off.
Yeah, just big-time hit there by Jackson Flower and Cohen Holbert. Those two collided. How about the playground play by Kyler Sapp being flushed out of the pocket? He just kind of, Patrick Mahone shovel passes it up, and then you get Cohen Holbert going downhill with his strength. Flowers came up and put a nice lick on him, too. In fact, loses his helmet in the whole process.
So now Edon in business. 1st and 10 at the Edgerton 25. 3 receivers go left. 2 receivers go right. Play clock at 8 now. Sapp bringing the play clock all the way down. Game clock at 2:10. Sapp, pressure off the edge, throws the out route. Pass is dropped by Holbert. He was going to that spin move to get outside of Baker before he had it. That'll stop the clock. So the incompletion leaves 2:06 on the clock.
I don't think the factor right now, I don't think time is a factor with 2 timeouts with Edon's offense.
Nope. 2nd and 10 Bombers at the Bulldog 25. A game of emotions tonight, a game of momentum swings tonight.
You believe it. You said it best. The momentum shifts in this game, especially the second half, have been unbelievable.
Trips to the right, twins to the left for Sapp. Lots of time this time. Now throws, out route, pass caught, Owens. hangs on down at about the 17. Sinclair brought him down. It's a gain of 8, and now it will be 3rd down and 2 for this Edon offense. Tick, 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 tick. 1:45 left in this one. So 3rd and 2.
Yeah, with 2 timeouts, again, I do not think that the clock is a factor right now for Edon.
Now you flip it over. When does Brody Flagel start thinking about timeouts?
I don't think you do. I don't think they've got the capability to go the distance on there. In my opinion, I think you got to win the game on defense right here.
2 receivers both ways. Hulbert, the running back, on 3rd down and 2. Hulbert gets the call. Hulbert to the 15, to the 10, to the 5. He's into the end zone. What a run by Cohen Hulbert. Muscles his way from 16 for the go-ahead score.
We talked a lot about how great Scotty Krantz has been for Edgerton. How about the last 2 series for Edon? Cohen Hulbert causing the big fumble in the end zone, the big catch down the middle, and now the big run for the touchdown. He's been huge here these last 2 series.
26-20 Edon.
And he's battling cramps.
They'll go for 2. So Edon picking themselves potentially, as Bob Olin will spend a timeout to get the right 2-point call here, picking themselves up off the mat, scored the game's first 14. Edgerton answered with 20 in a row. And now Edon has come right back, and they've scored 12 straight points and looking to get 2 more here and make it an 8-point game. What an answer tonight in this one by both teams. And now not the final say in emotion, because we still have $1:15 left on the clock, but Edon fighting through a lot here like Edgerton did to get back in it, and then Edon answering what the Bulldogs had been able to do all night.
Whoever wins this game, right now you're learning a lot about your football team.
You sure are.
And it's all positive. The resiliency, all right? Both teams have been on the ropes and have found a way to get back up and make positive plays. They haven't hung their heads. And they've made great plays down the stretch. Guys that have overcome adversity who are cramping the whole second half. Big-time players on both sides gutting through it and still maintaining and being in the game and making big plays. So there's so much to like from a coaching staff, regardless of how this game ends. But right now, Edon in the driver's seat going for 2 here to put themselves up if they were to convert by 8 points. But keep in mind, Edgerton's going to get the ball back with 1:15. Scotty Krantz has got enough speed to take it to the house if he gets out in the open. And I wouldn't kick the ball to him. Kick it to anybody but Scotty Krantz.
Almost, kick it out of bounds if there's the other option. All right, 3 receivers right, 2 receivers to the left. So an empty 2-point try here for Sapp. Looking to the right, looking over the middle. Now may run. Sapp trying to get to the edge. Stretches. Did he get there? Yes. Great individual effort by Kyler Sapp in that front right corner. 28-20. Edon with the lead with 1:15 remaining.
Okay,
we're staying right here.
Yeah. Now if you're Edon, you get all of your kids that can run on this kick team here, right? This is a big game. This is a rivalry game. So if you got a couple kids that are put in there as freshmen or kids that are a little bit marginal, you get them off. You put your starters on there, and you kick the ball to anybody but Scotty Krantz. Anybody. I don't care. Anybody but Scotty Krantz, because he's the guy that can take it the distance if he touches it.
And Kyler Sapp will do the kicking for Edon. He's a smart enough kid to know, all right, I know number 3 has killed us all night. He's not going to touch the ball. He'd be one that would rather kick it out of bounds and be heady enough to kick that thing out of bounds.
And I'm sure the coaching staff's telling that right now. We do not, because what they'll do, Edgerton's going to put him back in a position where he gets the ball.
So Edgerton down 8, 1:15 remaining, and 2 timeouts left. Pretty good opening act for a 10-week season.
Man, is it good to be back, my brother. High school football, we got college foot coming, we got pro foot. It's not all bad, it is, Angie.
It's been an amazing night. It has been an incredible night. Perfect weather. So Walkup is back, and you got Krantz at the 30, near side at a hash.
And again, Walkup's a kid, too, that can take it the distance with a lot of speed, too, for Edgerton. So you got Krantz and Walkup both back. Don't kick it to them.
Sapp knows where 3 is, and the kick is going far right side. It'll be Walkup at the 25. Walkup to the 30. Walkup gets outside, 35. He's to the 40 and going to be brought down at about the 43-yard line. Near side, Grant Reed made the stop. So, 57 yards and 65 seconds for Edgerton, and they need 8. 2 timeouts at their disposal. Who do they go with at quarterback? It'll be interesting here. Is it Baker? Is it Krantz? Probably a combination of both on this series. Hash mark near side. 1st and 10, Edgerton, their own 43.
Only ran the jet sweep one time this half. Edon did a nice job of defending it. That has been the best play that Edgerton ran the first half.
They're empty. 5 wide. 3 to the left, 2 to the right. Baker, the quarterback, gets the snap. Baker looking. It's a wheel route. Near side. Krantz has it. Krantz at the 30. He got behind the defender and has a first down as they snuck him behind Gage Nestor.
Just a one-on-one 50-50 ball. Let's give credit to the sophomore. Maddox Baker put the ball only where Krantz could make the play, and yet Krantz shows up again and makes another huge play for the Dogs.
Gain of 28. 55 seconds left. Edgerton with a 1st and 10 at the Edon 29. Baker gets the snap. Baker looks, fires right. Krantz goes up, makes the grab, tiptoes out of bounds at about the 22 or 3. The clock stops. Well, it ticked a couple of seconds. They may have to check the clock, but we're in that 43 to 45 second range.
I think the hometown clock operator was watching the game a little bit. But
yeah,
there should be a couple more seconds left on there. Brody Flago all over it, by the way.
But they haven't added anything yet.
Yeah, they gotta.
They didn't.
Get in the ear of the referee.
Dude, they're not. Leave it alone. They're not adding.
Not adding?
No, they're not.
Okay.
But that was 2 seconds that should have been back on. 3 receivers left, 1 receiver to the right, a wing to the left as well. Baker on a roll left. Baker over the middle, passes into traffic and incomplete.
Yeah, that's Cohen Hobart again right there. He's making another big play. Stepping up, got his hand on it, I think just closed down there and made a great play to break that up.
Catch our breath. 37 seconds to play. It is 3rd down and 4 for the first down? 3rd and 4 from the 23. Baker getting the signal. Edgerton does have 2 timeouts. Play clock at 15. 3rd down and 4. Roth in the backfield. Receiver to the right, 2 receivers left. By the way, single coverage with Herman to the right. They hand it off to Roth. Edon is ready, and he doesn't get there. Stood up, Sapp, and Kelly, and Olds. And now Edgerton going to have to take a timeout.
Nice job defensively. Reed also in there making that play. The D-line for Edon all over that.
So now it is 3rd down, and still about... Or check that, 4th down and about 3. So 4th and 3, 31 seconds left. Edgerton spends their next to last timeout. So 4th and 3, call the play.
I got to go back to it. Again, who do we want to get the ball to? Your best player in critical situations, right? Who's that? Scotty Krantz. I think you go back to the jet sweep. They ran it one time, Edgerton, this half. Edon defended it. I've said it a few times tonight. The first half, that was the best offensive play for the Bulldogs was the jet sweep. I know it's high risk because you got to get 5 yards here. I still like it.
So
4 yards, about 4 yards.
4th, and we'll call it probably a little closer to 4. It's at the 24. Line to gain is just a touch inside the 20. Week 1 on the line with this snap. 31 seconds left. It's 4th down and a long 4 for Edgerton.
Okay, that's number 1. Can I go number 2?
Go number 2.
Put 3 people on one side, put Scotty Krantz on the other, and go one-on-one, throw it up high, and say, go make a play for me.
Okay. If I'm Edon and I see that, they have a timeout. If you don't have the safety, you got to roll safety over the top.
You better believe it.
4th down and a long 4 for the first down. Edon 28. Edgerton 20. Just a shade past the top of the hour on a Friday night. Wing left, receiver left. Man goes in motion. Low snap, they fake. Baker under pressure, throws a wobbler. It's caught! Krantz has it! 1st and goal at the 3. 21-yard pickup. Edgerton has a timeout. Hurry into the line of scrimmage. 24 seconds left. How about this drive? 1st and goal, they wind the clock. It's Krantz at quarterback. First and goal at the 3. Krantz straight ahead run. Krantz dives. He's in. Touchdown Bulldogs. And now a 2-point conversion attempt.
Just big plays on both sides of the football, Angie. Both teams making great plays. Big players make big plays in big games. Scotty Krantz again finds a way to leak out of the backfield. What a well-conceived diagram play by Coach Flagel. And how about the Southmore quarterback? It didn't look pretty, but it got the ball to Krantz across the middle. And now we've got a situation where it all comes down really to this 2-point conversion, whether we go into overtime or Edon comes away winning.
See if they check formation and then timeout. Who's the first to take it? It's Edon. So they spend their final timeout now. Edgerton still has one in their back pocket. We have a 28-26 Edon lead with 15.8 left on a 2-point conversion try. I want your play call here for
the crowd's going crazy. I can barely hear you, but I'm going to go back to what I told you here. I know it's high risk, but I want to see that jet sweep again to Krantz or to Roth down here on the goal line area. But listen, Coach Flagel has called an amazing game. All right, so everything.
Inexperience at quarterback.
He's done a nice job of getting the ball into his playmakers' hands, manufacturing ways to do that, and that means by outflanking Edon sometimes. Getting Krantz out of the backfield, disguising him. He knows they're going to try to get him the ball, but he's done a nice job of disguising him. So whatever he would say right here, I would say, hey, go for it, Coach. I do like the jet sweep again, but we'll see what happens.
Coverage tonight also brought to you by Yarger Flagel Investment Services, downtown Edgerton, Ohio, for all of your investment needs. Remember, Yarger Flagel Investment. 15.8 on the game clock. Edon 28, Edgerton 26. Bulldogs go for 2 and the tie and a chance to send it to overtime. The quarterback will be Maddox Baker. Trips to the left, tight end to the right. Roth in the backfield. Here comes a man in motion. It's walk up to the near side. He'll stop behind the right guard. Baker gets the snap, gives to Roth. He's hit. Down he goes. Down he goes. Penetration, winning up front. Parker Kelly and company, and the Bombers get a stop for the ages.
They were not fooled one bit. The whole defensive line was there. Big play by the Bomber D-line, and that's going to secure the W here. What a game, Angie. What a game.
You'll get an onside, and that's the last gasp for Edgerton. But Edon building a 14-0 lead, only to see it dissolve away, and Edgerton going up 20-14. Edon came right back, tied it at 20, denied their 2-point try, and then went ahead on a Hulbert 16-yard touchdown. Edgerton got it at their own 43, went down the field, scored a touchdown, had to go for 2, and they went with Roth, and they saw Edon able to break through on that right side of the line, and it was their most experienced lineman, Parker Kelly, who was able to bust through and lead the barrage in to get the stop.
All that time in the weight room in the offseason, this is when it pays off in those kind of situations. Parker Kelly has been a weight room warrior. He's had an outstanding game today. We talked about him in the pregame, and he, along with his other fellow defensive line, there was a host of Bombers right there. That play had no chance of getting in, but we think he was the initial contact there. Shut it down. Now it really comes down to the onside kick, Andy.
15.8 remaining. Parker Eldon will do the onside. Hands team in for Edon. Edon does not have a timeout, so if there's anything going on their side of things, they just got to play through it. Here comes Eldon's kick. The onside gets a hop. It's up, it's grabbed, and kneeling down it is Kendall Brigle. And the drop down will end it. It'll be a snap and a kneel down, and Edon will come on the road and find a way to battle through and win this thing on opening night. 14.6 left, and now it is just a snap and a drop down, and you move on tonight. What a great game to open this season.
What a great high school football game. Packed house here.
Rivals,
county rivals, separated by a stone's throw away. Game could have went either way. Momentum shifts like I've never seen. It was really, really a fun night tonight.
Final score tonight from Edgerton. Edon 28. Edgerton 26. We'll take our final break of Friday Night Football and be right back.
Camco Industries, with facilities located in West Unity, Ohio and Morenci, Michigan, has openings on all 3 shifts for production and assembly operators. We manufacture interior plastic products for the automotive industry. As an operator, you will be required to visually inspect, trim, assemble, and pack parts, as well as label containers. You must be able to pass an entry-level test and a substance abuse test. Camco also has openings for shipping associates, material handlers, and production leads. Camco offers a complete benefit package along with a bonus for the successful completion of probationary status, an attendance bonus, and a referral bonus. If you would like to join our team, please complete an application online at www.kumi-na.com or in person at Camco, 1001 East Jackson Street, West Unity, Ohio, Monday through Friday from 8 a.m. to 4:30 p.m. All rehires will be considered for employment.
Fritch Excavating and CMF Enterprise of Edon wants to wish the Edon Bombers the best of luck in tonight's game. Fritch Excavating is family-owned and operated for over 30 years, and they handle everything from site prep to parking lots to land clearing. They can also put in a driveway, run a water line to an outdoor building, do a sewer line, or tile work as well. CMF Enterprise is a female-owned and operated business serving Ohio and Indiana, offering dump truck services, including aggregate material sales. CMF also handles a large variety of construction, landscaping, ag, and residential materials as well. Fritch Excavating of Edon and CMF Enterprise of Edon wishing the Bombers the best of luck in tonight's game.
Some kind of way to begin a 2023 high school football season here for us tonight. Edon 28. Edgerton 26. Quick recap of the scoring and some final thoughts on this one. Edon went on the board first, took the opening kickoff, went 74 yards in 17 plays. Cohen Hulbert would get his first touchdown of the night on a 1-yard plunge. The 2-point try was good. It would be 8-0. Following an Edgerton punt, Edon would give it up on downs. Edgerton would get stopped on downs. Edon would extend to their biggest lead of the night of 14, going 36 yards in 8 plays. Kyler Sapp would find Kendall Brigle for a 4-yard TD to make it 14-0. Just before or shortly before halftime, Edgerton would get on the board on a 6-play, 59-yard drive. Scotty Krantz, who had a magnificent game tonight for Edgerton, a 2-yard TD run to make it 14-7 at the intermission. Edgerton would score the only points of the third quarter. Maddox Baker to Scotty Krantz 93-yard touchdown swing pass. This was after they had scored a 90-yarder that was called back by a penalty. They answered right back on the immediate play to tie it at 14. Then we would get into a punting exchange by both teams before Edgerton would get a short field, taking it over at the Edon 30. 3 plays later, it would be Maddox Baker who would score on a 1-yard run, 20-14. That PAT was blocked. Then Edon would go on a 76-yard drive in 7 plays. Kyler Sapp would hit on his second TD pass of the night. This one to Max Radebaugh, covering 11 yards. The 2-point try was denied. We were tied at 20. Following an Edgerton fumble, Edon would go 80 yards in 10 plays. Cohen Hulbert would get what ended up being the game-winning score, but then that 2-point play was converted. That ended up technically being the game-winning score. Edon was up 28-20. Then Edgerton would go 57 yards in 8 plays. Scotty Krantz, a 3-yard touchdown run. And then, of course, they would have to go for 2 to tie it. They were stymied, and that's where we ended the night tonight. Great individual performances on both sides. Both teams battling through cramping situations, and we're talking important kids tonight. In a win, Edon learned a lot about themselves. In a loss, Brody Flagel found out equally, I think, as much about his team tonight. Yeah. And by the way, we get at least 9 more of these weeks as well. Both these teams do. We do. Just a terrific way to begin 2023.
Can they all be like this one?
I sure hope so.
I mean, down to the edge. I mean, this had everything you would like. It was rivalries, drama, hard-hitting football game, relatively clean football game from a penalty standpoint, well-officiated game. Kids rising up when they're hurt. I'm talking, you mentioned the cramping issues, and you said key players. You better believe it was on both sides. You thought one team was out of it. The other team would come back and make a big play. So, we're not going to use any cliches here, but both coaches learned a lot about their football teams tonight and the quality of kids that they have. and it was a well-played football game. Again, could have went either way. Big plays at the end. Edon made simply one more play than what Edgerton did, and that was enough. There'll be some second-guessing from an Edgerton standpoint on the last two-point conversion. There always is when it doesn't work out, but I'm here to tell you Brody Flegel called a masterful game offensively, generating 26 points, and I thought it was flawless. So going away from this is a team that's going to win a lot of football games. Edgerton is very young. They're going to get better. I thought the Baker kid showed up and made some big plays tonight. And
spotlight on him?
Yeah, some critical situations. And, you know, you got to talk about Scotty Krantz. I mean, he's the MVP. Edon wins the football game. Scotty Krantz was the best football player on the field tonight.
You know, I mentioned in that 2-point stop, it's a stop for the ages in this rivalry. This is the kind of game, and that's the kind of stop, and this is the kind of momentum stuff that happened tonight that communities will talk about, and that's what makes the heart and soul and the breathing organism of a rivalry game like this one.
It does, because, again, everybody knows everybody. We're in Williams County with 35,000 people, and these two towns essentially border one another, and then it's always going to be the what ifs, or if we would have done that, if we would have just done that. And you're right. It was that competitive. It was that close. If one team makes one more play than the other, then you are going to win. But, you know, we talked a lot about the Edgerton there, but how about Edon? Again, Kyler Sapp was fantastic tonight, making plays not just with his arm, but with his legs.
Extending plays.
And Cohen Holbert, was there a better sequence, causing the fumble down on the 1-yard line, catching the ball over the middle and running, I think it was for 30 yards, a big, huge chunk play to put Edon in the red zone before their last score that took them up, and then scoring on the run play into the end zone, a 10-yard play out. That's a big few plays, and he's a kid that was in and out that second half with cramps. So that's a big storyline. Max Radeball struggling with some cramping. Owen Roth on the other side struggling with some cramping, and just a really good, hard-fought football game, a clean football game, a well-coached football game on both sides.
And a well-officiated game, I thought, for the most part tonight as well. And I guess this is Act 1 of a 10-act season for you and I. We get to see both these teams in some sequence the next 2 weeks. Next week's game, Antwerp at Edon, our broadcast game. And then in week 3, we'll see the Bulldogs on the road as they see Montpelier. Our thanks to Keith Merritt, athletic director here at Edgerton, both coaches, Bob Olwin and Brody Flegel, for their time and assistance in prep time for this game tonight. Ben Murray back at our studio as well. He'll give you a rundown on all the finals till about 10:30 tonight on an abbreviated edition of the Midwest Community Federal Credit Union Scoreboard Show. Good to have you back, Foz. Look forward to a great year together, and it continues next week, Edon and Montpelier. A final tonight and an instant classic in this series, or Edon and Antwerp, I should say. Edon and Antwerp next week in week number 2. An instant classic in this series, a game of momentums, and that final shift belongs to Edon as they win and steal one on the road tonight over Edgerton on a 2-point stop late, 28-26. Bombers with a win. So long, everybody.